keep Christmas alive. Now
Yeah,
that
yeah, exactly. We're like the
now
only
as
people to do that though, because like we both worked for like militant atheist organizations.
well, we do work for militant or atheist organizations. That's being unfair to ourselves. It's
Yeah,
not like we work for American atheists or
yeah, no, I guess we
something
worked for one
like.
of the more friendly ones.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, we can celebrate solstice. It is actually the
It's actually
solstice.
the solstice.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. We're like
now
the only
as
people to do that though, because like sorry, I'm getting we fucking
both
feedback.
worked.
There we go. Sorry.
What was that from?
I was getting feedback and I could hear my voice from like 5 minutes ago talking. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, well that sucks.
So I do have go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I just realized I have a Cards Against Humanity app on my Google Plus, on my Google Hangouts. So we can all play Cards Against Humanity if we get bored.
No.
No, why not?
I'm just leaving if that happens.
Hi.
If things go that far downhill that I have to play that game, then no. Then I'm just gonna kill myself, okay?
Come on, how can you not like Cards Against Humanity?
Because it's something that I think I would like, except that like a bunch of losers started playing it. And now I associate it with like douchey members of the atheist community who are douches and super hypocritical because they like shit on everyone for not being sensitive, and then they play like literally the most offensive game ever.
See, that's true. But what else is true is that it's kind of become more popular outside of the atheist community now. It's more of a mainstream thing, which probably
Oh, then that's even worse.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that probably makes you like it even less. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, like you're not winning at any points right now.
But see, the Scratchpad then should co-opt it and make it better, because if the
Stop trying to
Scratchpad.
say it's just not going to happen. Okay, you have to, if you want me to stay here, then you should work pretty much this entire evening to making sure things don't reach that level.
Okay.
And I don't know how we would play. Like, I don't know how we would play. Like, you play it across phones or something?
No. There's an actual app for it. And it's a little buggy last time I checked, but maybe it's gotten better because I haven't played it in like a year. But there's an app, and like one of the people in the Hangout starts it. And like basically you get like they're just pictures on the screen, but they're pictures of the actual cards. So you can like actually play the game. Like on the pictures, like it pops up on the screen of the Hangout. I'm not even gonna tell you who taught me how to do this because it'll make you hate it even more. So how have you been? Are you feeling any better? Because I've still got the fucking plague.
Nope. I'm fine actually. It only lasted a couple of days for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame you for starting it then, because I've still got it. A little bit. I'm feeling better, but I'm still got like a cough and shit.
Oh well. No, I think it. I'm still kind of feeling it. Like the main thing that happens when I'm sick is like I don't get sick. I just lose all motivation and I get really really tired.
Uh-huh.
So like I just become like I haven't been sick in the sense of like heaving, throwing up since I was like 6.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know. I'm pretty good at fighting my colds and flus when they come up.
Because you're big and strong and shit.
Yeah, I literally challenge it to a fight physically. I like cough it out and like mold it into like a person out of foam and then fight it. And I always win.
Because you're awesome.
Pretty much. But yeah, I actually like the 2 days I was sick, I drank like 3 pots of tea every day and
Mhm.
like a liter of orange juice, like one of those big things of Simply Juice orange juice.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, if I don't boil you to death or burn you to death with citric acid, then I'm going to drown you.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be how it goes.
Yeah. Well, it seems to have worked. So
Yeah, well, you should have been doing using my method.
I was packing to go home and working my butt off, so that wasn't going to be possible. So I
Are,
should have.
are you home now?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm in my. You notice that I'm in my big
Oh, I
room.
didn't notice. I
Oh. Well, I
sorry.
am. I still have. I have. I brought the important things. Though.
Like Hello Kitty and
Mercy.
the Moose. So just the bare essentials.
Yes, exactly. No, the moose essentials.
The Moose essentials. I see what you did there. Very cute. Uh, so
now,
yeah,
now all I need is a panda.
yeah. Okay. So Noah had to work.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Well, I have his text number now.
How
I don't know how to.
did you coerce that out of him?
Oh, I just messaged him on Facebook.
Okay.
He said he has something like there's something like a server is down at his work,
Mhm.
and he is the only one who can save it.
No
I
one
think he's
else?
making it up. Yeah, it's. I think he's making it up for sure.
Why? Why? How can he not want to come to the Scratchpad hangout?
Um, I don't know. Maybe it's something like as like a good CEO or a good boss will sometimes randomly leave
Mhm.
in order just to see if the group can work without them. Maybe
Mhm.
it's like that. Maybe he's really Cody. And
He's, well, Cody did just suspiciously come, keep his mic off, and then leave, and then come back, and then leave again.
yeah, I think Bogdan is going to do the same thing here.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything yet.
I hope I'm not interrupting on it, intruding on anything.
No, this.
This is very private, actually.
Yeah, yeah, that's why we're doing it on air.
That's why we're putting it on air and putting a link up on the Scratchpad. So I
Yeah.
don't know how much clearer we could have been that this was like, just a closed thing. But I guess since you're here now, we can let you stay.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're lucky though. No, not many people get that honor.
Except everyone in the Scratchpad.
Yeah, no, exactly. Except when I posted the link to.
Yeah.
So how are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm working on my thesis proposal. It's actually due tomorrow.
Oh wow. How far along are you?
Oh, I'm like 2/3 done,
Mhm.
which is like, I'm studying homeless youth.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, regarding race, gender, and domestic violence.
Mhm.
So have
So
you been?
I'm okay. I've been sick, and moving, so not that great, but pretty okay, I guess.
Oh.
But yeah. So are you going to be what are your research methods going to be? Are you going to be reading up on this stuff, or are you going to be interviewing people? How is that working?
Well, so far because it's just the interview, not the interview, because the thesis proposal, I've mostly just been doing a lot of reading up on the books, the literature, and like all of the not the graphs, but like the research with all the statistics and stuff.
Mhm.
Huge deal of information on the subject.
Yeah, no, I bet there is. No, that's pretty interesting. Well, since you live in such a big city, I mean, I'm sure there'd be lots of interesting people, you could actually go to talk to about the subject.
Oh
Better
yeah.
experiences and stuff.
hmm
Sorry, what is your thesis on, Bogdan?
Homeless youth, and I'm specifically studying the intersectionality of race, gender, and domestic violence.
Okay. So how many people do you have to interview for something like that?
I'm not into the interviewing stage yet because this is just a thesis proposal since this is my first semester at grad school.
Oh, okay. So you're just doing
So
the
it's,
proposal part
yeah, the proposal part, yep.
and the requests for money, I assume.
Yes.
Hey, you got to pay the bills, right?
Yeah. That's the fun part.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
That's
get
the
money to
definitely
do my
not fun part.
interviews and everything.
That was a sarcastic,
Funding!
Michael.
Mm-hmm. I had to do a grant application this week while I was sick.
Uh,
Uh, yeah. Well, it wasn't just me that was working on it. It was just like we had an idea, that virtual reality stuff I was telling you about, Monica. So we actually just wrote up a grant proposal to do it. Um, it really makes me think that like there is a huge uh, issue with like universities that have more staff and more people and more money also get more money because like we could bang out a grant proposal in like a few days based on a whim and might actually get something because we just had like several people that could work together on it. Whereas like other labs I've worked in, a grant proposal is like a huge deal and like took a lot of time out of other work. So anyway,
Yeah.
so Bogdan, you're in New York, right?
Yes.
At City University.
Fordham.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just moved here actually. I'm in Brooklyn right now. Uh, I got a position at NYU.
Oh, cool. Like, what's your
Yeah.
position?
Researcher in the Department of Neurosciences. So
Oh, oh, cool.
yeah, it's been fun. Like um, have been enjoying the city so far. It was just early November that I moved, so I haven't been able to get out and do everything. But it's been pretty cool so far.
the security guards at NYU are scary.
Yeah, well, that's because it's like downtown
Yeah.
Manhattan.
They are at
It's not
Fordham
like you're.
also. The way they line up
Yeah,
the halls, it's like they're like the people at the airport, you know? Like you have to like take your ID and swipe at it, swipe at the scanner because if they don't, they'll like stop you and it's like, you know, it's almost like
yeah,
the people at the airports.
yeah. I think, in fact, in Colombia, you have to show that you have to show a bank account statement and have like a racial blood test and show you're a WASP.
No, see, I am a 5'4" white girl. Like I've never gotten stopped and interrogated for anything except in Russia until I went to NYU, and yeah, and the security guard was like, "Why are you here? You person I've never seen before." I'm like,
Yeah, they still like the same guy who sees me every day in the neurosciences building, because I guess it makes sense because there's like radioactive materials in the building.
yeah, yeah.
If you fuck up the fMRI, it turns into essentially a bomb. Like it's
My
like
God.
yeah, well, like you'd have to fuck it up like severely, but there have been cases where they've exploded, and they like equivalent would be it would take out like a block.
Yeah.
So like I can see why they they're not so friendly with everyone.
But see, here's the thing. I got stopped and interrogated in the philosophy building. Like, I don't want to know. If they've got bombs in neuroscience, I don't want to know what they've got in philosophy.
There could be a truth bomb.
Yeah, no.
A truth bomb.
That'd be terrible.
I thought those only existed on the internet. Truth bombs.
No, it's a real thing. Like, and yeah, an fMRI, if it explodes, can take out a block, but like a philosophy bomb can undermine your entire metaphysical structural belief system.
Yeah, really.
And so, like, you know, a block
When that
of
happens,
people would be the least of your worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
And plummet you into an existential void few ever escape from.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard I Heart Huckabees? I mean, watch the movie.
I saw that in theaters. I actually really like that movie.
You see every movie. Sorry.
I see every movie in theaters.
Yeah, you do.
No, I tend to only see, like, I'm really bad at predicting which movies are going to be good.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm totally, like, I remember I thought Sin City would be a terrible, like, box office failure, and it turned out to be, like, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I see a lot of shit movies when they come out, just because, like, I can't seem to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that.
Speaking of shit movies, unfortunately, I wonder if there's a way to still see the interview, like not in theaters, but somehow to download it.
I think if you go to northkorea.com, they have it online there.
I think wasn't CFI Transnet volunteering to show it?
Yeah, like plenty of people are volunteering to show it. The problem is that like is I think piracy because you need like a big box office weekend. Like most movies make half their revenue in the first like weekend of their release. So if you have it like trickle out in a few different places, some asshole's gonna take in their like iPad and film the whole thing and release it on the internet, and then people won't go to see the movie.
Yeah, well, especially this. I'm sure there are people just dying to get their iPads to that and just post it all over YouTube.
What I don't understand is why everyone's shitting on Sony for making this decision when, like, they literally had no choice. Everyone should be pissed off at the movie theaters because the theaters said they wouldn't show it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Which they're actually contractually obligated to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they sign contracts with Sony to say, yeah, we'll show this movie. And then they're like, no. And everyone shits on Sony for, like, what were they going to do? Release the movie and no one would be able to see it?
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point.
Like, the result would have been exactly the same. I wonder what the repercussions for North Korea are going to be. I think we're all interested to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Probably just more internet parodies.
Oh, if that'll show him.
Cody's back, if that's who he really is.
Yeah, we'll just transport Seth Rogen over there, and like, then he can be annoying for them and undermine their society.
I can't spell. For some reason, like, my connection seems to be really slow and laggy, so apologies.
Aw, Bogdan, you look so cute cuddling your blanket like that.
Aww.
Wait, I didn't catch a word of what you just said, Michael.
I said Bogdan looks so cute, cuddling his blankie like that. You just want to cuddle him. Just like grab him right
Maybe
at
I
your
should
side.
bring my cat over for the Google Hangout Scratchpad, but oh god, he is unfortunately sleeping a bit, but I can bring the laptop up to him. See?
You,
There
that's a
he is.
horse. Oh, no, that's a cat.
Did you say that's a horse?
There was a horse. There's a horse on his shelf.
I just see a cat in the screen, and you're like, "That's a horse." I'm like, no, that's a cat.
Hi, Ao. Say hi.
Your cat has pretty eyes.
I know he does. He's a very handsome cat.
I agree. I wish I weren't allergic to cats.
Aw. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to dogs, but I can still play with them.
Yeah, I can't touch a cat. Well, it depends on the cat, but most cats I can't touch, or like my nose runs and my throat swells up and I die.
Oh.
Well, I haven't died yet, but I assume that's like the logical progression.
Well, Eos is so cute it may override your instincts of self-preservation.
What kind is he?
What kind?
Yeah, what breed?
I don't know. He's just a black cat. His ancestry is from Jamaica, actually.
Interesting.
A Jamaican cat.
Yeah.
Is he high?
Racist.
That's not racist. That's part of their culture. You're just being ignorant.
There are no races of cats, only ethnicities.
Only cultural differences.
Yeah.
Now I've got.
In fact, it was racist, Monica, when you called the cat black.
I'm sorry, Kitty.
You assumed that because he was from Jamaica that he is black.
I assumed he was black because he looks black.
Don't dig any further into this pit, okay?
It's a very controversial topic.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I know that not all black cats look the same.
Are you sure you know that?
No. That's why I had to reassure myself by saying it out loud. So, Lance, besides fucking with Cody, how are you? Good? You're not talking? Oh, no. Okay, now you're talking, but there are no words coming out. I can't hear you. Or Cody. Yeah, I think they're both Noah coming to spy on us and see if we can all behave without him here.
Or should I say misbehave without him?
Also, like, I don't have everyone's email addresses, so, like, it tends to send invites to people, and I didn't, so I don't know if I have to do that or not.
Why don't you message people, like the cool people, on the Scratchpad?
Who counts as a cool person?
Well, maybe the people who expressed interest in coming.
Let's see, the only two other people I think were Nick and Serena, but let me see.
Did you post it on the Scratchpad board?
Yes, I posted it on the Scratchpad, I posted it on the event. I posted it on all the things.
Dan says he'll be a little late, so
Okay.
we're going to have to wait to hear why agriculture. Just in case you needed your fix of, explaining why we shouldn't be farming.
What was I looking at the
He's
other
probably out gathering nuts.
day? What was I looking at the other day and I said something about Dan?
I don't know. It could have been, was it like a diorama of Neolithic peoples?
I could have, I don't know. It was something at the Natural History Museum, I feel like.
No, it may have been a diorama of Neolithic peoples.
Alright, let's see. Oh, Cody says he keeps having problems trying to get in. That's weird.
Oh,
Weird, okay. It might be something with the control room. Let me see if I can do something. Okay, let's see. Okay, how does control room work? You should be fine, Cody. There's nothing weird about your settings. Which means it's your fault. Oh, he's gone. I'm sorry, Cody. I didn't mean to insult you. Come back.
we need you.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Alright. Let's see. Who else should I message?
Mitch, Prof, and TH.
Okay.
You know, he's still in my phone as Mitch, Prof, and TH. Like, it's one of those. He's in the middle of a snowstorm.
Good try.
Lances.
Good try, though. Valiant effort.
What happens with people when they, the hell is
that? New York.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So that shooting that happened of the 2 police officers,
Yeah.
you know what's really fun is living in New York and being able to Google map how far of a walk it was from like the latest shooting or death that's happened or awful thing.
Yeah.
So we're down to 25 minutes walk for this one. It's like 3 subway stops away from me.
Don't worry, they wouldn't have killed you because you're not a cop.
That's what I said to my mom. I was like, I'm not a police officer.
Was your mom worried?
I'm safe. I'm an OG. Like,
Yeah.
the only thing I have to worry about is which gang to join because they all want me to be a part of their.
All the gangs in New York want you.
All the it's like that movie Gangs of New York. Only, you know, updated a little bit.
Updated a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, see, you're from Canada, where no one dies ever.
No, we all live. Well, no one gets killed, at least
Okay.
officially.
Okay.
When people get old enough, we put them onto ice floats and kick them off into Hudson's Bay. And then Cody is turned into a robot. And
Yeah. You guys both are having not you, but Lance and Cody are having interesting mic problems tonight for some reason.
Am I working?
You're working.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It was at 0%. It was at mute, and then I think I turned it up to 200%.
Yeah,
So.
you're still a little bit loud, but like you're fine. I can hear you
All right.
without explosions. So no, wait till someone gets killed on your street, Michael. Then you can worry.
That girl that is in my lab and lives like 1 street over from me got robbed last week.
Ew, that's fun.
Yeah, so I've been, you know, leaving lights on in my apartment and stuff if I go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cody just...
It sounds like he's trying so hard.
I think he is trying very hard.
Like I can just hear like a little voice trying to like push out of the.
He's trapped in a well. Monica, we gotta save him.
Okay. Well, I don't know how we're gonna do this. You get some rope.
Tie one end of the rope to a tree.
Okay, so like your leg.
Yeah, exactly. And then we put the other end down the well. It's not like a difficult thing to do.
What if there are no trees near the well?
Well, then he's fucked.
Cody, you're fucked.
Then we'll have to plant a tree.
Okay.
We'll have to
And then wait for it to grow into like a big, strong tree.
Yeah,
like, don't worry, Cody, we're coming for you. Sometime in
we'll give him some food and stuff while he's waiting.
That's gonna take a while, though. I mean, my God, we'll probably be dead by the time that tree grows big enough.
Cody weighs like 4 pounds. I'm pretty sure like a sapling would take him. Or we could just tie it to an end of a car.
That's true, and then we can just drive him out. That might be more efficient, instead of waiting for him to climb.
Unless we drove too fast and like slingshot him out.
That'd actually be pretty funny.
Then we'd have a whole new set of problems on our hands. That's why I go with the tree method.
Okay, the tree method.
It takes some patience, but, you know, fewer slingshot people.
Yes, only slingshot birds.
Sorry.
What?
It's the classic accuracy speed trade-off.
Well, Cody's gone now, so I think we killed him.
Probably. Someone slingshot him. What is the past tense of slingshot? Slingshot? Slingshotted?
I always say slingshotted, I think. But now it doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right.
Well, it's not like... The O doesn't change. That wouldn't make any sense. Well, what is the... Well, the past tense of shot is just shot, so it'd probably just be slingshot.
Well, the present should be sling shoot then.
Yeah, that's true. But a slingshot, but the present... Well, is slingshot even a verb?
Nope. But you know, the English language is mutable. We could make up new words.
Well, I think we just
I'm
did.
trying to make up a new language.
I think we just did.
With slingshot.
Yeah, because a slingshot is like an item. Like the thing that does the slinging and shooting.
But it could go both ways. You either shoot a sling shoot or sling a sling. Shoot a slingshot or sling a slingshot.
What if you sling a shoot shot?
What?
I don't know.
But you guys are saying words and just going.
How's it going, Monica? Can you? Thanks for clearing that up. That was actually a diagram of the inside of your own head.
Yeah, no, that's what the inside of my brain looks like right now. Like, things are being slingshot or slingshat or however all over the place.
Slingshot. Oh my God. Is that what happens when shit hits the fan? It gets slingshot everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been slingshot. That's when you're the subject and in the past tense.
That sounds so sad. Sorry, I'm sending messages to people, or trying to. I was laughing too hard to even get through Mitch's, so. Mitch's rhymes with bitches. Alright. Who else? Scratchpad.
Try to think.
So we got Mitch. Noah's not coming because he's a butt face.
Scott?
He needs to work. Do you really want me to invite Scott, though, Michael?
Yes. Because then you know it's going to be entertaining.
Are you going to start shit?
Yes.
I actually want to see that. So.
It's just going to happen. Like, there's no See, the thing is, we used to be friends, but then he liked Sam Harris, and then that destroyed my confidence in him.
He dumped you for Sam Harris, Michael.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately what it comes down to.
How does that feel?
Well, like, I don't know, Sam Harris is got a lot going for him, I gotta say. He's got the whole being a giant douchebag thing pretty much cornered.
And people only date douchebags, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're such a
That's
nice
why I'm an MRA now.
Because you're just
MRA.
I'm an MRA because of Sam Harris. Well, I mean,
Yeah. Girls only go for the douchebags.
Scott's a girl now. So.
No, I didn't mean that. People only go for the mean people. I'm a Sam RA.
There's Sam RA. Should I invite Marcel?
Marcel is fine. Puka. Garrett.
I invited Garrett.
Of course you did.
Shut up. Was he actually pissed at you for something?
I don't know. Like, I thought he might be.
Did you have a fight?
No, just...
You have a fight. No, I'm kidding.
Sometimes we fight. But that doesn't mean we don't love each other.
I know. No, it wasn't anything special. He just, like, his, like, minimized chat window was already on my screen, so I just, put the link in there. Alright. So, where's Puka? I didn't realize Puka wasn't in the until, like, last week.
I thought that was weird, too. Like, not that, like, it's up to me who goes in the Scratchpad or not. I don't think I've had input on anyone. But yeah, I thought it was strange that yeah, there was that he wasn't a part of that like a long time ago.
Yeah, because like it's all the YouTube people, really, like with the exception of people we've met since then.
Does Dan have a YouTube channel?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
That really should happen. I feel like we could save ourselves a lot of time.
Yeah. By the way, how long have all you guys been on YouTube?
I made my first video sometime in like 2010, early 2010.
I did too, actually, because it was like the latter half of my senior year of high school, which was 2010.
So, okay. Well, I've just been lurking around YouTube since like 2008 with the whole atheist community thing, and I didn't make a YouTube video until about 2011, which was about this collab project with Sareta Yuki about GLBT people's rights being violated. That was a really long time ago, and then I kind of dropped.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I haven't heard those syllables put together for...
And then since 2013, I've made a new channel for music, and that's basically what I've been uploading, just music.
Nice.
Yeah.
YouTube needs to come back. We need to get everyone to like start doing videos again.
Okay, Michael, but see, here's the thing. A lot of people have started making videos again, except the person I'm looking at right now.
Bogdan?
Me?
I'm making videos, just classical
Then what the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about you. You know it.
Well, okay. Alright, I'll start making videos if, like, The thing is that all of our arguments have been offloaded onto the Scratchpad.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like...
Those are a lot of work. But if you make videos, I will edit them for you.
It's sounding better and better. I just picture myself doing videos, like, in my lab. And
so that you look
like
all smart and shit? Just like,
yeah, I'll have, like, a science coat on, and I'll be
why,
like,
yes,
actually, science says no.
yeah.
And I'll, like,
Well,
point to an equation that says,
Science!
I'll be like, Scott, you went wrong right about here.
So you'll basically be Thunderfoot, only with evidence of your credentials.
Yeah, I better learn how to, like, smack my lips and, like, have Weird Al hair.
Yeah, no, and well, your hair's pretty curly. Like, if you grew it really long, you might be able to do the Weird Al thing.
I don't think I'm going to do that. Just,
Please don't.
It's not that kind of...
I don't think you.
Yeah, I don't think it works for anyone, actually, including Weird Al.
Except Weird Al. But that's because he's Weird Al. Like,
I think Thunderfoot needs it just because his neck is, like, bigger than his head.
Yeah, so he needs like hair that's thicker than his neck.
Yeah, otherwise, like, if he just had a normal haircut, like, if he had you'd just see how big his neck is.
That's all
I don't think that would be advisable to see how big his neck is.
I don't want to know.
I think it would, like, he can't wear a turtleneck. It just wouldn't work for him.
Well, you know what they say about guys?
Well, if anyone ever, like, collars him, like, makes him into a slave, he'll be like, and just be able to get out.
I just want to thank you for so early in the evening conjuring up, like, BDSM images of Thunderfoot.
I said collared him in, like, a slave context. And...
Yeah, but who has that kind of slave now, except for, like, dominatrices?
I wonder if Thunderfoot and Fact versus Religion are going at it. They seem like a couple, sort of.
Oh, they used to be.
Yeah, they used to be.
So.
I think I hate both of them.
I think I hate them.
I'm not sure. Yeah, that's hate. That's hatred.
No.
I met Fact versus Religion at the Imagine No Religion conference in BC, and she's just like the weirdest person I've ever seen.
What did she do?
It wasn't so much things she did as things like normal human things that she didn't do. It was like she just had this weirdness about her.
So she gave you the...
Well, she has really bad teeth, too. And, yeah, she just made you shudder. Like, she was just, like, just such an awkward, like, slimy person. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I know that I'm being really mean right now, but I don't give a shit. Like, she actually just... Like, she just, like, oozed this weird feeling through it. Like, I don't know, you just felt, like, greasy or something after talking to her.
Sorry, I hear the police cars outside.
They're coming for me.
The Thunderbots are coming for you, Michael. Run for cover.
What I was going to say is if she's really that creepy, that explains why Thunderfoot would be attracted to her.
Oh god.
No, I think hate's too strong a word for me to have for either of them. Like, I really don't think about them that much, honestly.
So like, what do you feel for them?
What? Oh, it
sexual curiosity, I think, is... As soon as all I had to say was call her, and she was like, oh no, BDSM. And no one said anything about BDSM. Like, that connection was already made.
Well, I know that there is one of those funny little cartoons that Dick Coughlin used to, like, share or really like. And in one of those cartoons, the Fact versus Religion is snorting snorting cocaine from Thunderfoot's butt in one of those cartoons.
Sweet.
Wasn't there also,
Yeah.
was that also her who was in like that threesome video with Thunderfoot? Like on the blog TV?
Wait, there was a Thunderfoot sex video?
It wasn't a sex
Uh-oh.
video. He was on like a live thing and there were like two girls on his lap making out or something.
Oh boy, and one of them was Fact versus Religion.
Oh, well, that's what I was asking. I couldn't remember if it was her or not.
I think I've seen part of this. But I don't think they made out. I think it was like a kiss, and it was like, I don't know. It was fucking weird. Like, they're just such. They're not my kind of people, I gotta say. I think that's the nicest thing I can say.
Well, I appreciate you being nice. Mitch says he can't make it because he's pooped from Christmas shopping.
Well, I'm gonna text him and ask what he got me, because it better be big.
It's his penis.
Penises.
Peni.
Peni.
Sorry, I'm feeling really inappropriate tonight. Just gonna say.
Well, it's the Scratchpad.
Yeah, when par for the course is like ejaculating ramen noodles, I don't know if you're like.
If I remember correctly, you were the one with the ramen ejaculations, so.
That was a long time ago.
That was over a year ago. I think that was Halloween last year.
Yeah, it was. That feels like a million years ago, though.
Which is that's probably a good thing though, because that was kind of not a happy time.
No, it wasn't. Jeez, that's really hitting me how long ago that was.
Yeah. The thing is, it isn't that long ago. It was just different, like different things.
A lot of things were different, at least for me.
For me too. So, and that's probably a good thing. That was a difficult semester for me, in multiple ways. So yeah, I'm glad I am not back there. Even though my costume was totally awesome. That was Bamboosifer.
Mm-hmm. And people thought I was a panda as well.
Yeah.
Because my makeup was all like fucked up from being a baseball fury.
And I actually.
It's okay, Michael. I'm not unhappy that you copied my Halloween costume.
I didn't. What were you again, Bogdan? You were something.
Peach. Princess Peach.
Oh yeah, that was weird. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, only weird because I never thought about you that way, and then I couldn't stop thinking about you that way.
You couldn't stop thinking about me. Whoa there. But no, like when I was like a small child, I sometimes pretended I was female characters. Like when I was like 5 years old, I wanted to be Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
There's nothing wrong with that. Ariel's pretty hot.
You know what that's all?
And she has
sort of.
who's-its and what's-its galore. I don't know what else you could want.
Well, maybe if you ask her nicely, she'll invite you down to her like cave of things and show you her who's-its and what's-its.
You have a dirty, dirty mind.
You started that one.
I didn't. That's the line from the song. She has who's-its and what's-its galore. Like, I'm saying these very basic things, like lines from a Little Mermaid song, and you're making them sexual.
I'm just here to translate your words into dirty mind ease or whatever.
Yeah, that translation comes really disturbingly quickly to you.
I'll stop.
No, you won't.
No, it's charming.
Request your prediction.
I feel violated a little, actually.
Okay.
I feel marginalized because whenever I come in, everyone starts talking about sex for some reason. And it's not just here, it's everywhere.
It's
I
because
did have a video of me walking through Manhattan and all the things that I said to me.
people just shout sex at you.
Shout sex at me. Yeah, exactly.
It's because you're so hot, Michael. Stop being so hot and showing your boobs and stuff.
Yeah, but I can't. I'm just dressing the way I feel.
The way you feel inside your heart.
Yeah, and I feel like I want to. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of. I'm wondering what's going on in my neighborhood.
They're just trying to amuse me because New York police cars are funny sounding.
They're really funny sounding. It's not just me. That's like inside of like half an hour. There's been several sirens, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna Google Brooklyn news to see if anything else terrible has happened.
We're gonna see that you were shot.
That I was shot.
Yeah, you're actually a ghost right now.
Alternate timeline Peyton is dead?
Yeah, yes.
No.
No.
Speaking of the cops, did you two get to go to the protest that was happening in New York like about a week ago?
No, and I feel really guilty about it, actually. Well, not really guilty. I felt bad about it that night when I got on Facebook and people were posting pictures. I'm like, God damn it, I should have been there.
I feel like I should have been there.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, we've had a long week, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I can't be out defending police officers all the time from, like, these protesters. I mean, like, how much more obvious is it that they were in the right?
That they were what?
In the right.
You're being an ass.
Sorry, that's totally... For Bogdan's sake, that is definitely not my opinion. I've been arguing with Marquez endlessly about that topic.
Oh, God. He's
No,
an
I
interesting
know
guy.
that's not your opinion, Michael. Just your sarcasm is wonderful, but it comes across exactly the same way that your honest statements do.
I've really got to learn to change that because people don't know when I'm joking anymore.
No, I think you should keep it. Just make sure you only pull it out when it's appropriate.
There was a time last week when I said something in perfect seriousness, and then someone I knew like burst out laughing, and then I thought about it and I was like, actually, that was a ridiculous thing to say, and they just thought I was joking. So sometimes it's like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Something stupid. And you're like, oh wait, no, that was sarcasm.
What did you say?
It was something like it was out with Mitch, and it was like, he said, oh, well, I don't want to order you too gay of a cocktail. And I said, like, oh, yeah, I have a cocktail that I normally drink, but I don't know if they have any creme de cassis. And he lost it. Like, it was the funniest thing I ever said. He was like, bah, ha, 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 that's like the gayest, like, liqueur in the world. And I was like, oh yeah, it actually is. But that legitimately is an ingredient in a drink I really like.
Well, see, maybe you should just admit to Mitch that you're gay.
I don't know if I want to do that.
I think you guys make a cute couple.
Well, he's married though. Like, I don't want to be responsible for breaking up a couple.
Mitch would make a nice couple with DevShell. I keep imagining Mitch as Mario and DevShell as Luigi.
I'm not going to be able to unthink that.
I think they should go out on Halloween as.
Oh god.
Except Mitch is really tall. Like I didn't. Like
Is he taller than you? I haven't seen him in like a year because he pooped out of my birthday party.
He's a little shorter than me, but not by much. Like, but I was like, holy shit, I forgot. Like, he's like 6'2".
Wow.
Yeah,
He's
like
also a
he's
big dude too, so.
yeah, he's and it's like he's like tall and got like the big shoulders and everything. Hold on. Whew. I texted him, by the way,
Oh, he
saying,
just messaged me.
just say we're talking about him, and he'll come running and be like, what?
I want more people to come. Marcel
Me too.
hasn't gotten back to me, but it says he saw the message, so he's ignoring me.
Well, he's off, like, being married.
Yeah.
I hate it when people do that.
He married?
Yeah. What a jerk.
We'll see. Maybe you should stop Mitch from, like, offering people. He was posted a status the other day about how it was like, hey, I marry people now.
Yeah, he's really...
Oh god, my poor computer. It's now it's reversing the colors and everything. It's getting old.
Why is it doing that? What kind of computer is it?
It's a MacBook Air. It's 2 years old, so maybe it's just getting old. Planned obsolescence sucks, as does capitalism.
Capitalism is awesome, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna sit back and watch you two argue now.
Well, globalization is good.
No, it's not. Neoliberalism is terrible.
Name one bad thing it's ever done.
I'm going to have
Checkmate.
to... Oh, totes. I'm going to have to seriously check all of my research with the urban studies, and they really are very much against neoliberalism and globalization. Because...
A social science research institute that's against globalization? I'm going to call the brand new idea department and tell them they've got something on the hook.
No, but seriously, it's like it expels many people from their natural homes, for instance, and there's always the crap of gentrification and all that stuff.
So, what's a natural home?
Well, by natural homes, I mean like people who, for instance, are like, for instance, people in, let's say, South America. Oh, I'm trying to piece a way to describe it. I don't know how else to describe, but they're like forced out, and oh my god, I can't figure it out. Oh my god, I'm not good with arguing person to person. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
Okay. So basically, you love capitalism and neoliberalism until you can prove otherwise.
Well, no.
No,
I can pretty much...
no, I'm thinking.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I think until you give me a good reason to think otherwise. I'm going to have to tell everyone that Bogdan loves capitalism. I might even
You
make
can do that all you want. No one will believe you.
a meme with you as like Uncle Sam with like a gallon of oil or something.
I could see Bogdan as Uncle Sam. I don't think he'd like it, but I could see it.
Well, he loves America. That just goes without saying.
Garrett says he has 10 papers left to grade.
They all fail. Get in here. I think that's fair. The people at the bottom were the first ones to hand in their papers, so correspondingly.
Okay, so I just told him that. I just reposted the link on the Scratchpad. Although, to be fair, we three were the only people who actually RSVP'd anyway, so...
Yeah, it's just... I genuinely thought the Scratchpad thing was at 5 in the afternoon, our time.
It's always... Noah always posts the time in Pacific Standard Time. Hey, Nick's here. Hi, Nick.
Hi. I'm not. Can you see my face, or it's not really working?
No.
We can do without that part. I'm kidding. Sorry, I'm just so mean today.
Is that a cat or a child?
Is there a difference?
It's a child.
Aww.
It's a very angry baby at the moment.
I don't know how to like get the video to work on this thing.
I see your eyes.
See my eyes?
Yeah, nope, I see your beard now. I see, like, from your nose up. Okay, now I see your head.
We got you. The whole neck.
The
full...
a child somewhere.
Put your baby on.
We're trying.
Aww.
Well, he stopped crying. Okay.
He's happy to see us.
What are we talking about over here?
We were talking about how to get more people to join the Hangout, actually, so I guess...
So, the link wouldn't work for a while.
Nick, where are you right now?
We're...
At the hospital?
In the hospital.
Okay, so Nick is, like, I think you should just post this, Monica, that Nick is here with his child in his arms, like, at the hospital. Where the fuck are you? Like... Sorry, someone's showing a lot of commitment and dedication to the cause here. Mr. I have 10 papers left to grade.
Why do you look so confused, little guy?
I don't know.
Want to say hi?
He looks really confused. Like, I don't even know, like, what's going on in his little brain.
Like, is this his first experience with Google Hangouts?
Yep.
When it was mine, I was confused too, so...
Well, I'm still confused.
By the way. How is he doing?
He's having trouble breathing. That's why he's got the nose thing in.
Aww. Poor little guy.
So he's gonna have to be here for a while.
I wish you could try to cheer him up somehow.
Sorry, sneak a smile in there. Yeah, he's just really angry because he also has a hernia. So like, he's just always kind of hurting.
Okay.
I could do a happy dance for him.
Hi. You like tummy time, don't you?
I don't even know how to get this started. I'll help you back.
I wish I could hug him, but I'd probably squish him, so it's probably not a good idea.
Your mouth is open. Do you want your pacifier? Here, would you like your pacifier? Oh, no, he wants to sneeze in my face.
I can't see anything, but the dialogue is cute.
He's trying to figure out how to make, like, the video active on our side, because we can't see anything on your guys' end.
I'm gonna, like, pull out and try to, like, get back in.
Okay.
Oh, you're rolling around everywhere.
Oh wait, hold on. I got it.
I want one baby. More cute things.
That's one
No,
thing you don't
where'd
have to
he go?
anthropomorphize.
What?
I said, Monica, that's one thing you don't have to anthropomorphize.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Well, it worked for a second.
Hi.
Do you see motion or just a still?
Oh nope, we see motion. I see a very confused little baby.
Oh, you trying to touch my face? No.
Hi. How are you doing?
He's got scratches all over his face because he pulled out all the tubes a couple of days ago.
You're sick of those tubes, aren't you, little guy?
Mm-hmm. He's having a good old time.
He says, no more tubes. I want to go home.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Why couldn't Noah be here?
Because he's lame. He had some work excuse.
Oh.
Stop eating your towel.
Where are you going? Oh my gosh.
Maybe he's hungry.
He's eating right now, actually. This tube right here gives him food all the time.
Yeah,
He's
he breathes
eating a tube.
too
He wants to eat his towel.
Yeah, he breathes too quickly to be able to use his mouth because he'll aspirate into his lungs.
Oh.
You breathe too fast, little guy. You thought it was a good old time being stimulated, though. Hi. What are you looking at? You're not even
Looking at you.
Ah,
Super.
his eyes are so big.
They're like bobbleheads, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. His eyes are really dilated. Hi.
Yeah, we don't know how, but he has like blonde ginger hair.
Hi.
Maybe he'll get darker as he gets older.
Probably, yeah. Oh, he's having a good time. Hi.
That's how my brother was. He was born with like super blonde hair, and he had it until he was like a toddler, and then it got dark brown.
Yeah, Nick apparently was too. So probably. Oh, he's smiling.
Oh, where is he? Oh, he's out. He's out of frame.
Oh. What do you see?
Oh, you getting mad now? Yeah. Oh, you're mad.
I can't tell what you guys can see. I'm on the back side of the phone.
Oh, it's okay.
You need to plug your mouth. Your mouth makes you not get enough oxygen. Okay. There you go. Here. You're in the back. He is. Ow, he is. Ow.
Aww. Poor little thing.
Hey, if I'd been through as much as he's been through in the past few months, I'd be pretty mad too.
Yeah, very much. You know, he licked all of this out, so what?
Are you okay, Michael?
I'm fine.
Okay, you're just like sitting there like cowering.
No, I'm looking at the baby.
Hi. He looks kind of confused. What's going on?
Probably
His
is kind of
arms
confused.
being down.
Yeah.
But if you wouldn't yank on tubes, you could play it all you want.
Yeah. Notorious for ripping everything off your face.
He is just a little bit argumentative.
Yeah, a little bit's an understatement.
So young and already independent-minded.
I wonder where he got that from.
Yeah, no, exactly.
No, Nick.
You can tell he's a Scratchpad baby.
It's a Scratchpad baby.
He is a
Oh
Scratch.
boy, that's gonna be a thing.
It
There
is.
should be.
Yeah,
I told
we've
you.
already set a date with Avi for a little fight between our kids.
Yep.
We're gonna
No,
go
I
to New
was-
York and send them up in a playground.
I was
You know,
telling you.
in the 80s, they had like the Muppet Show and the Muppet Babies Show. You should have like a Scratchpad Babies
Oh gosh.
group where they argue about like stuff that's relevant to babies, like the ontology of blocks and.
Yeah. It'd be sort of like how they have like those DVDs and CDs that are supposed to get kids like into classical music and stuff. Only it'd be the equivalent for philosophy. You know.
Oh. Yeah.
Because the Scratchpad is definitely going to get people into.
Hey, there's a Noah. Hi, Noah.
There's a Noah. There's a wild Noah.
Oh, wild Noah.
In his natural habitat, no less.
Noah, look, there's a baby.
I saw that. I was like, what the heck happened here? And then I realized what it was immediately. So Nick and Serena are at the hospital, I assume.
Yes. We are at the hospital.
That's dedication, not gonna lie.
So I thought you couldn't make it.
Yeah, I had to work. I just finished, sort of, hopefully, unless something else bad happens. So
Well, hopefully that's not the case.
if it does, I'll just keep my thing on mute and just do it from here. I was basically working from home anyway, but had to focus. Couldn't have you scratch pattery taking away my, my
Yeah.
focus.
Well, see, we're having a problem because I don't have everyone's email addresses, so I can't, like, invite everybody like you do, like, to send a million invites. So,
You can just post a link, though, right?
yeah, I did, like, 3 times.
I know, I leave you alone. First time you run into Hangout, you just bam, the scratch pad. Typical Monica.
Yeah. Well, I figure I don't post enough, so I might as well contribute another
Get it all
one.
out of the way, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but when I run the Scratchpad, babies go up, so...
He looks kind of terrified. What's going on?
I don't know what he's looking at.
He's looking like through you. I don't know.
I think he's looking at the lights above my head.
Maybe.
I think he knows he's being watched. Like, he knows he's on a Hangout.
Maybe.
He just feels it in his soul. His non-existent soul.
I don't know, is there a soul?
No.
No.
What are you drinking there, Noah?
What am I starting with? Let's.
Yeah.
This has been a crazy week.
Now?
This is called Old Suffolk English Ale, and it's probably my favorite beer.
Really?
Yeah, it's really, really good. If I was more of an eloquent speaker, I could tell you why, and like how it's hoppy. You know what I mean? Like how it's hoppy and how it has a certain sort. All I know is it's good, yummy. That's all I have to offer.
Yummy?
Well, sounds fancy as fuck. So.
I thought ales were more like less hoppy.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
Darker. They're darker.
I don't like pine. I don't like drinking pine. You know what I mean,
I love drinking pine. If I can't find beer, I just dilute some Pine Sol and just I'm good to go. I'm a cheap date. Just what's under the kitchen sink? We'll go with that.
Hey, Cody's back for the 5th time. 100th time.
Is Cody's internet crapping out?
Well, no, he hasn't even said anything yet. We're not even that far along yet.
Damn it, Cody.
We had a conspiracy theory that he was actually you, coming to spy on us.
That is a very interesting conspiracy theory, but I will come and spy on you with my own eyes, like this. Yes.
Ooh, bottles.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix you up some.
I can't curse. I feel like since there's a baby in here, I shouldn't be cursing.
Well, the baby will like pick that up, right?
It's a
Yeah,
scratch,
right
he
now.
said he's a Scratchpad baby, so he's gonna learn to curse.
Yeah. Gotta teach him young. Gotta teach him young.
Yeah, I feel like swearing is kind of an art in itself, you know? You have to let them learn to do it properly.
There's a proper way of swearing.
There's an improper way of swearing. Since I moved to Brooklyn, I found this out. There's definitely a way not to do it.
You already asked how you found
Really?
Oh yeah.
Brooklyn, just don't let you speak in Canadian.
I actually had to explain to a guy at the pizza shop. Like I paid with a credit card, and they asked for my ID, which is Canadian. So he's like, "You're from Canada?" Oh. He like flipped out. I'm like the most international customer he's ever had.
Yeah. Being Canadian is so threatening.
Well, if you're from Brooklyn, it is. I mean, we're OGs.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, people in Brooklyn are so threatened by Canadians.
Canadians are
I
scary.
don't know why you're saying that sarcastically. They clearly are.
Oh, yeah. I understand.
Especially those Brooklyn people who live in the projects. Oh god, they're scared to death of Canadians.
What are projects?
What?
Hobby if he's scared of Canadians.
Well, especially when I have two babies.
You got a lot to do, yeah.
I can't be in here constantly, which I was in here pretty much constantly, and it's like, okay, then we're going to do that. Then last night I gave him a dose around 9:30.
I'm listening to the nurse talk about Nick's child.
I know, I'm trying to, like, learn something.
Yeah, it's like free medical advice.
Yeah, really. Next time my child is premature and sick, I'll know what to do. I can do it
Next
myself.
time.
Next
Notice she said next time. That's, yeah.
Next time.
Not the first
Not like
time.
those last few times ended in tragedy.
Yeah, no, I totally messed those ones up. Sorry. It's not something I'm planning for, but then again, who is?
I don't know. That
A
is a
child?
cute-ass baby.
It's a what?
Cute-ass baby.
It is pretty cute. I think it's the big eyes. Like, he's just got the...
I think it's, yeah, his head is like 90% eyes.
Yeah, no, I think he's got the please love me look down.
My ovaries are burning.
Did someone pick you in them?
Well, looking at like little babies, like it's like someone punched my ovaries.
Oh, God.
You
I was
know
just
what?
waiting for this. I was waiting for
Even
this.
Michael knows what it feels like to get punched in the ovaries.
Oh yeah, we had the whole punching ovaries conversation. They
Yeah.
come full circle with.
You were not in that hangout, Michael.
I wasn't in that. I've only heard about it through rumor.
That
Oh,
was like
God.
2
Not
years
really
ago.
rumor. It's like legend.
I
I
had
was
nothing
still
to
in
say of this.
CFI when that happened. I was sitting at my desk in CFI Transnational, and Noah asked me the infamous question. If you got theoretically kicked in the ovaries, would that feel like getting kicked in the balls? And I did not answer. One of the other dudes answered. I don't remember who it was.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hi, Noah.
Hey! What's up?
Nothing special.
That sounds very sad.
Tomorrow's the
and not fun.
last day of school for me, my god, and I have to write a thesis proposal.
That sounds even worse.
Done? Like,
I was about to say, like, it's your last day tomorrow and you have...
Sorry. Yeah, that sounds like something, I don't know, kind of important.
Yeah, it is. But I'm just taking a small break.
I've been here for an hour and a half, dude. Sorry, you know.
Do your damn paper. Do it.
I'm
Do I have to-
almost done with it, Noah. My god, I am entitled to a Google Hangout Scratchpad.
What is
By
your...
almost done, you mean like you're reviewing it for the third time, right? Like, not that you've almost done writing it. Oh, you social science people, I'm honest to Christ.
Why? What about us?
So, nothing.
Nothing?
Sorry, nothing.
You want to have a debate about how shitty capitalism is? I can do that. I could even start a comment war on the Scratchpad.
Pretty sure Jake Thompson would just create an Excel spreadsheet that would just like dismantle any argument you could possibly think of.
Every comment you would make,
totally
he would just have an Excel sheet for it. Like, just an Excel sheet, comment, Excel sheet, comment.
Yeah.
What is your paper on, Bogdan?
The homeless youth and intersectionality, specifically race, gender, and domestic violence.
What is your what are you going to school for? Let's back up.
Urban studies.
Cool. Undergrad or
Grad.
grad? Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Cody, are you there finally?
We're gonna have multiple. I have like at least 2 Codys on the screen.
Maybe that's the problem, is that he's trying to get on when he hasn't fully gotten off or something. I meant that sexually.
I was about to say that's what she said.
That's what she said.
What
Yeah.
did you say? I just sat down.
I always rub one out before, ever since the ramen hangout. We don't need a repeat of that one.
Yeah, I think we do need a repeat of that one, actually.
So that was true story. That was the Halloween hangout of last year, and the only reason I know that is I was trying to find that hangout for a different reason, and I stumbled upon the origin of ramen. And it was when we had Curtis he was debating 10 people. It was the only hangout we ever had with Curtis Page, and he was dressed as Iron Man, and he was debating unicorns. It was the weirdest hangout of all time ever. It's just so strange. I was looking back on it, and I was like, they're debating the ontology of unicorns, and we're talking about ramen. It was incredibly strange.
Is that why our hangout page says no more unicorn talk?
Correct.
You know what we really need? We need the story of the Google Hangout Scratchpad.
No, I don't even think I know how the Scratchpad got started. I just know Marcel added me years ago.
Does anyone know, or is that something that's just been lost in the mists of time?
Sit back, my friends, and I shall tell you a tale. No, Darren Raspberry actually started it. So him and I were like, hey, we should have a Stickam sort of thing. That's how old it was. Let's do Stickam with all of our old YouTube buddies. And he was like, well, Stickam's dying. Let's just create a group so we can all kind of, like a Scratchpad, right? So Darren is the one who coined it. Let's do a Scratchpad so we can all sort of meet and talk about what we're going to talk about in our Hangouts. And that was 2 years ago, or somewhat close to 2 years ago. Yeah, so.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, I think.
Yes, finally. I think I had to turn down my bandwidth, and that let everything work.
Hi, Cody.
Cody, I love your accent. I know I've told you that before, but Jesus Christ, I could listen to you read the phone book. And,
So, Cody, go get a phone book and start reading.
I could read
it's
it.
so soothing. It's like velvet running over your body.
Wow. You need to quote that, Cody. You need to quote that. That's a quote right there.
I put a very interesting.
Mainly
I'm honored to be listed. To now be able to put my name next to people like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart as people who can read the phone book and make it
There you
sound
go.
awesome.
There you go.
Michael, why are you waving scissors around?
I fidget a lot, and so I grab things that are near me.
I feel like
sometimes those are sharp things.
It's okay to fidget. I'm just worried this is not going to end well.
You should see my desk at work. There's
Take care, Bogdan.
Oh, see you, Bogdan.
Bye, Noah. Bye, Monica. Bye, Michael. I'm expecting a comment war, Michael. Be prepared.
Oh, I'm prepared.
Yes, I will wage internet war on you about capitalism.
Excel sheets are being made as we speak.
I know. It's going to be World War III on the internet. Well, alright. See you guys.
Later.
So, Noah, now you've
Yes?
you've now played all 3 Bioshock games. We still haven't seen your walkthrough of Part 2 yet. Your Bioshock
Yeah,
2.
I can't upload it. I've run into too many issues. There's just no way I'm gonna be able to upload it.
Yeah, because you keep wanting to upload it like super giant.
Yeah, it's like I think it was like 9 hours or something like that. I don't remember now.
Well, you must tell me some of your thoughts on Bioshock 2. Like, I mean, how did you think? Did you like it as much as the first one? Did you not think it was as good? Or
I will tell you in 60 seconds because this is gonna bore the hell out of everybody else. Bioshock 2 was good. I liked 3 the best. I like Bioshock Infinite. I liked playing as the Big Daddy. That was incredibly fun. In 2, that was cool. I enjoyed that. I liked the philosophy of 1 and 3 a lot better. There was a lot more philosophy, a lot more stuff you could pull from the games in 1 and 3 than you could in 2. Yeah, 2 was probably my least favorite, actually. I liked 3 the best, then 1, then 2. Infinite was like a whole new level. The third one, that was like a whole new level of Bioshock. That was incredible.
Bioshock 2 apparently was not made by Irrational Games, which is the company that did Bioshock 1 and 2. 1 and Infinite. 1 and Infinite, sorry. Because while they were working on Bioshock Infinite, that's when Bioshock 2 was being made. So,
cool.
All things considered, I thought Bioshock 2 came out pretty well. So.
What I'm doing now is I decided to do. I'm playing 2 games at once, right? So I'm playing 1 RPG and 1 survival horror game. So I'm starting with Legend of Dragoon, which is an old PlayStation RPG, one of my all-time favorites.
I remember that game. That was
Love
an
it.
awesome game.
Love it. So I'm playing that, and I'm also. So I created this just off the top of my head, I didn't even think about it. I just had this idea to do a series called Whiskey and RPG, where I basically review different types of whiskeys and scotch and things like that. Wow, I'm playing RPGs. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I thought, hell, that's kind of fun. That'd be kind of cool. So I'm going to do that.
How much whiskey do you drink in one of these?
I have had maybe 2 different types of whiskey in my whole life, so I have to figure out where to start. Seriously. I am the dumbest person on the planet when it comes to that. I've tried, I think, Knob Creek and Jack Daniels, and that is it.
I thought Knob Creek was a bourbon.
Well, that's there. We have learned very quickly how poor I am at this. So yeah.
So we're down to 1.
We're down to 1. I was about to say, yeah, we're down to 1. I've tried 1 type of whiskey. So I'm trying to match, maybe you guys can help me. So I'm trying to match, and I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm trying to match the drinks with the game. So I was thinking, okay, if I play Zelda, it's kind of like Jameson. And the reason I say that is
Jameson?
They're both...
I would have thought it would have been like some ocarina whiskey.
See, okay, is there something like that? I didn't think so. I'm glad we're doing this in here privately.
Always.
I mean, I know there's no ocarina whiskey, but maybe there's an ocarina on the bottle. Damn it, Michael! Look, you're underestimating how newbie I am at this. Okay?
Oh, I think I'm getting it perfectly right, actually.
I'm not the only one that pronounces it ocarina. I think most people seem to pronounce it ocarina.
It is ocarina.
No, it's technically both. I have no idea to pronounce
Ocarina. Ocarina.
Yeah,
it would be like an oaky. No, you could make in all seriousness, if it was Ocarina of Time, you could make an Ocarina of Time video and have an oak barreled whiskey.
Ah, I like
that. I could totally help you with this.
Or wine.
Or wine. Okay.
No, thanks to your voiceovers, I'm never going to be able to say the word Kokiri sword without saying it Kokiri sword.
Oh, yes. Yes. I do voices in all my RPGs. That's what he's referring to. Whenever I do my RPGs, I have a voice for every person ever. So.
Have you done Final Fantasy yet?
No, there's a lot of damn voices in Final Fantasy.
I'm actually about to start playing Final Fantasy VI for the first time. I've never played a Final Fantasy game before, and I'm about to start Final Fantasy VI soon.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
7 is the best. 7 is
7 is the best. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I like 9 the best.
9 is my second favorite.
Oh, okay, cool.
See, I also liked 8 a lot.
Oh God,
A lot,
Michael.
a lot. I know. But I completely disagree. I think 8 was an awesome game.
I think 7, since 7 was my favorite, the next one was just gonna suck no matter what, just because you can't compete
you can't
with like
follow.
the greatest, you know.
What was your first, Noah?
My first favorite, number 1,
No, what was the first Final Fantasy game you played?
Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo,
No,
which
no,
is amazing.
That's Final Fantasy 6.
Three as in 6, or 3
Yes.
as in actually? Okay, yeah.
No,
3
3 is in 6. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Well, because there's this thing that people say is like between 6 and 10, whatever first Final Fantasy game you play between those ones is gonna be your favorite. And my first was 9, and 9 is still my favorite. And most people played 6.
Actually, yeah, 7 was my favorite, and it's still my favorite.
Yeah. See, all you guys geeking out. This is why I need to play these games. Everybody talks about these games like they're the greatest thing ever. So I need to check these out, see what the fuss is about.
Have you done any of the Shin Megami Tensei games, like
No.
the Persona?
Persona 3 is amazing.
I played a little bit of
3
Persona
is-
2, which is a rare one for PlayStation, I think.
I played 2 and 3, and 3 is pretty fantastic. 2, it was bearable, but it wasn't as good as 3.
Michael, did you know that with Final Fantasy IX, I think it was maybe we have 2 Michaels in here. All right, fine, both Michaels. About a year ago, maybe a little longer, year and a half ago, someone discovered a secret side quest in Final Fantasy IX that had not been discovered since the game came out at all, period. In the United States, in Japan, there was this little mini side quest that's almost impossible to find, and you can Google it. You can Google it now and actually see it. It doesn't like give you anything crazy. It's just I think it's like a quest with knights. Knights are involved somewhere. But nobody had known about it or found it in the game because it's in some obscure location, and you have to travel like way back, I guess, to do it, like somewhere completely off the grid, and there's no reason to go there. But if you go there at a certain time, there's a side quest, and nobody knew about it until like last year. No joke.
See, I'm not surprised by that at all.
Yeah.
Like, those games are just these sprawling, like, huge, like, I mean, especially, like, I think about 7 and 8, like, those were the first ones that were on discs. Like, those were the first ones for PlayStation. And the amount of stuff, like, I logged something like 83 hours into Final Fantasy VII.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I logged 119 hours, but I'm going to tell you why, Michael. I got lost in the desert in Final Fantasy VII for about 26 hours. You know, the little desert where you're in the car? I think it's at the end of the first disc.
That's adorable for 26 hours.
I literally I remember I was in middle school and I didn't want to restart and I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't find anything on AOL.
Okay, so I have a similar story. I thought 82 was up there because I spent about 15 hours. You know when you first leave Mithras and you have to like get a chocobo and run across so that snake thing doesn't get you?
Yep.
Instead of getting the chocobo, I never
you tried walking.
I leveled up for hours and hours and hours.
And you beat it.
Trying to beat it. I never beat it, but I did run across one time and actually make it through.
Wow.
Yeah. But I was so strong at the other side of it that like the rest of the game was just a cakewalk because I had spent like, I'd leveled up by like five or six levels or something like that, like substantially.
I believe it. Most people either get stuck in a certain part of Final Fantasy VII or choose to level up at a certain place. So there's a place in the game called the Crashed Jalinka, I think is how it's pronounced. It's at the bottom of the ocean, and if you level up there, you get like the most experience points and the most. Is it called AP? I don't remember. It's been so long since I played.
Yeah, AP.
You get the most AP, and so I leveled up there. I actually found this was back in the days of AOL, so it shows you how old this is. But I found on AOL that I could actually like level up there. But Michael, by the end of the first disc, I just put it this way: by the end of the first disc, I had Eris's final limit break. Before she died, I had her final limit break. So, which that's pretty crazy. Just gonna say. Y'all should be a lot more shocked right now than you're.
No,
I'm
shocked.
It was ridiculously crazy. So when she died, I was really upset, not because of the story, but because I lost her limit break.
I was upset by the story. I was like 13 when that happened, and it was like I lost my first girlfriend. Like she was, and I fucking hated Sephiroth so much.
Yep. That moment when he stabs her, that was it.
Oh, and he looks at you with
those smiles,
pale blue eyes, and just that's fucking harsh too.
Yeah.
Like I think that one made the game good. That just took it to another level that no other. Well, other games have done that since, but no one had done that before. That kind of kill off a main.
Yeah.
Not only character but romantic interest.
Yeah.
And you still have half of the game to go.
Yep.
More than that.
What did you think of the movie Advent Children?
I never saw the movie. It didn't happen.
I didn't mind it. I liked it. I thought it was okay. I mean, it wasn't epic. It wasn't I didn't think it was the best thing ever, but I enjoyed it. The Spirits Within was the thing that disappointed me. I waited.
That was god awful. Yes.
Oh my god! I was first in line. I'm Final Fantasy the movie, and I was in tears at how shitty it was.
It wasn't Final Fantasy.
It really wasn't.
It was just a weird bad sci-fi movie.
Yeah. So I have to link you guys to this. You guys will appreciate this. Then there is someone on YouTube who, he got to level 99 in Final Fantasy VII. At the very beginning of the game, so by the first boss already, he had reached level 99. He spent 2 years leveling up in Midgard to get to level 99 with all of his characters, so that by the first boss in Midgard. So by the first boss in Midgard, he had all of his which I guess is just him, Barrett, and who the hell? I guess him and Barrett, Cloud and Barrett, to level 99. Pre-cheats and everything. He has the entire thing or something, a website where I don't know why you would do this, but a website where you can watch the entire recorded thing in segments.
He recorded all 2 years?
Yeah, I think it was how many hundreds of hours, which you can do. But which is nuts.
Yeah,
or I guess
he
may have done it in segments or something. He may have done them in segments. I'll see if I can find it.
I mean, what you can do, my friend did this, is he taped the controller on its side so that someone would walk in a circle, and he'd set all the characters to auto, and he'd just leave it on overnight and level up that way. So I'm guessing, is it something like that?
I actually don't know. I'm sitting here that's brilliant. I wish I would have done that when I was at school. No, I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe. I don't know if that's how he did it, but just doing that is crazy. That's nuts.
Has there ever been a bad Final Fantasy game?
8. Sorry, Michael. 8.
No, I didn't like 11.
That's an MMO. That's an MMO.
Yeah, so
11 and 14 are MMOs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like 11.
What's
I think I was partway through 9, and I gave up. I didn't finish the game.
Oh,
I know.
The characterization in that is so good.
Because my favorites were 7 and 8. Going into that, bringing the whole red mage, black mage thing, and for me, it did nothing for me.
Didn't 8 have a really complex battle system? I think that's what threw a lot of people off.
Yeah, it did. I think Materia was the best way to do it. The 7 battle system was the best. 8 had that weird thing where you had your gun blades and you could hit the trigger right at the right time to increase damage.
Oh, Paper Mario?
I haven't played Paper Mario. But
Paper Mario has the thing is where you do. It's like an RPG where you do your attack and then at a specific time. You press the button and it'll do increased damage, or you can do another attack or something like that. So like in Paper Mario, you could use a red shell, and you could keep like hitting it back and forth, hitting it back and forth. So long as you had the right timing, you could do it infinitely. I know that was Partners in Time, but that's different Mario RPG.
I stopped playing Final Fantasies after 11, so I never played 12. I never played 10 too. I played 10. 10 was horrible. A lot of people like 10. I didn't. Like my wife likes Final Fantasy 10. I hated 10.
How many are there?
I hated that fucking like swimming game you had to play.
Yeah, that ball game in the underwater, whatever the hell it was.
Water polo.
Yeah, it was that was so dumb.
Yeah, like it's like a sports game in an RPG, which is like a turn-based sports game.
Yeah, like the world is ending and you're playing water polo. I don't, you know.
It's like the ship missions in Kingdom Hearts. I hate the ship missions in Kingdom Hearts where you have to traverse through the.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I was never able to finish Kingdom Hearts.
I just started it, and I think it's an amazing game so far. But the thing I hate the most is traveling through the different worlds on that little ship. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
this is like
the gummy ship, right?
Yeah, this is a terrible Star Fox game.
I never played any of the Kingdom Hearts. That's the one where you have like Disney characters.
It's a great concept, but frankly, I think the series is overrated. But I'm in the minority on that, so.
I think it's great. But it is kind of weird when Donald Duck says Sephiroth. I'm not going to do Donald Duck's voice. I'll just kill it. But there's a scene where Donald Duck basically
try it, Noah.
like something horrible. Anyway, but he says like Sephiroth in like Donald Duck voice, and I just killed the whole game. That killed the whole game for me. I'm like, really, like I have Sephiroth wallpaper right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm a huge Sephiroth fan. Like you can't have Donald Duck say that. Like I'm sorry, it just totally killed everything for me. I actually stopped playing at that point. I was like, not.
Really? There was that much of a killer?
It was so stupid for me. Like having Donald Duck say Sephiroth, I was like, okay, nope, done.
Okay, so just Donald Duck just fighting with Sephiroth, that's cool, but saying Sephiroth's name, that's not cool.
No, that's a good point. Donald Duck fighting Sephiroth was pretty freaking stupid.
Fighting with him.
Yeah, that was dumb. No, that was dumb. I just thought that was really that juxtaposition. I couldn't buy it at all.
And Goofy and Donald Duck. Donald, Lord.
Donald Duck keeps dying in my game. He's so useless. Like he has all these awesome spells, but he keeps attacking. I'm like, why are you attacking? I have you set to cast only spells and not attack. Why are you still attacking?
That's fair. I thought you were just I'm talking to people.
Yeah, for me, I could only get into Final Fantasy and some of the Persona games.
We played Dragon.
I guess. Dragon. Yeah, you're right. And I think the Fallout games count as RPGs. Like you can play them that way.
Yeah.
And oh my living Christ! Like Fallout 3, I lost like a week of my life to that game. I've never been so addicted to anything in my life. Like. That was just the shit.
Okay, I know I'm going to sound like a complete amateur asking this question here, but somebody brought up the term. So what is the difference between an RPG and an MMORPG?
It's online with a bunch of people.
Okay.
Massive multiplayer.
Like World of Warcraft or something? Or?
Yeah.
Massively multiplayer. It's in the name. Massively multiplayer.
All right, that makes sense then.
MMOs also ruin lives. That's the other
Pokemon. I'm amazed Pokemon hasn't been made into an MMO yet.
Yeah.
I feel like a Pokemon one might be actually kind of cool, though.
It would. I mean, I guess
Pokemon, like that's kind of the point of Pokemon.
Well, I mean, okay, in the new ones, you can like because of internet connection with 3DSs, I know you can like fight with people in other who aren't even near you, like in other states and stuff. So I guess they kind of are MMORPGs nowadays, I guess, but I don't know.
Cody, have you ever been on smogun.com?
I have not, no.
Okay, it's basically, well, they have a battle simulator for all the Pokemon out there, so it's like it's a perfect simulator of Pokemon games. So you can just build a team, and then you can fight people, and there's a whole meta game that's been developed around it with tiers and everything. It's absolutely ridiculous. You should look into it.
That's really cool. I have to say, when it comes to the Pokemon series, I'm really glad they've really pretty much solved the grinding problems. I remember those earlier the generations. I hated grinding.
Yes.
That's one thing I do not miss about the series, which is why the experience share system they've got is a godsend. Because I hate grinding.
I agree 100%. Like Pokemon X and Y, I think are probably the best Pokemon games just because of the experience share.
Yes.
Just because of it.
Because I remember Generation 1 came out. I love those games. I have such fond memories of them, but I do not have fond memories of grinding. Because it's like just you beat a gym leader, then you gotta just grind. And even when you fight all the trainers, you still grind. That was really annoying. Just all the unspoken rules of Pokemon. Oh, by the way, I gotta ask Noah this here. So Noah, BioShock 2. Did you spare everyone, or did you kill everyone?
Oh, I spared everybody. I couldn't kill him.
Even the guy who was asking for you to kill him, the guy in the tube?
I spared him.
Really?
But I didn't do it because of my ethics. I did it because I figured if I spared him, I would get some sort of item later.
No.
So
No,
I did it out of self-interest, as you do.
What a good objectivist.
Correct.
I'm talking with my sister about BioShock 2, and I kind of agree with her. She says the morality system is stupid because, like, it's good. The game wants you to spare him. The guy is kind of begging you to kill him and everything. I don't know. Issues of euthanasia aside, though, but like honestly, I really wish because the fact that it's a good ending that the villain, she lives. She should have died, especially after what happened to Sinclair and how he's basically saying just make sure you kill her for me after what she just did and everything. But no, she lives in the
correct.
I didn't like that. She dies, I think, if you kill a certain amount of people or kill everyone. But so,
I would just like to see one game where somebody is purported to be beyond good and evil, right? Or like creating a city or some sort of place that's dystopian ends up being dystopian, that they're beyond good and evil, where they're not the villain. You know what I mean? Like,
wasn't that BioShock?
No,
they're the villain.
They're the villain. Yeah.
No, they're like. Have you not read Ayn Rand before?
Well, but in the game, in the game, the folks that in 2 of the games actually, no, in all of the games, right? In all of the games, I focus more on 1 and 3, I think, for this. But so, for example, in Infinite, oh my God, and I just got done playing the game, and I don't even remember his name. The bad guy who ends up being Comstock. God Almighty. Yeah, I mean, it's a little different there. He doesn't purport to be, I guess, beyond good and evil. He's more of the religious folk, right? He thinks that he's doing God's work. But in the first one, and who's the villain in the first one? Ryan. Damn it, Noah. He has there's all these scenes where it's like the church says this, politics says this, government says this, but we've created a place that's beyond all of those things. And he ends up being a bad guy. He's the villain in the story. That bothered me. I get it. He was a villain for other reasons, but
I like the idea. I saw an interview with one of the creators of BioShock, who said that they wanted to create like a perfectly believable bad guy, and so what they wanted to do was they based it off of like Randian principles, because like the bad guy never thinks they're the bad guy. They always think they're a good guy. And like Ayn Rand's philosophy is just perfectly evil, but you can see like people did really believe it and do. So I think what would be cool is having like some bad guys or some like dystopian society that's like perfectly utilitarian would also be a good example of that.
Like actual utility monsters that you get to blow up. That's an awesome game.
Yeah, that can be like a boss level. Is like
that'd
you have
be
to
bitchin'.
And then we can debate the ethics. Should you really kill a utility monster, Noah? Because do you get enough utility out of utility monsters, enough to counterbalance the...
And then you realize you are the utility monster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. In the second game, you get to be the utility monster. Boom, how meta.
Man, by the way, wasn't that awesome in Infinite with Rapture and everything? Like, You think your reaction was that? You should have seen my reaction. Let's just say my mom could hear me all the way downstairs. I'm just like, what? What?
Yeah,
What?
the end of BioShock Infinite like blew me out of the water. Like I did not see that coming at all. Yeah, I actually filmed that. You can see my mouth like gaping for like 5 minutes. I'm like, are you serious?
And then of course I had to send you the post-credit scene because I saw you skipped it. So.
Yeah, I totally skipped. I didn't even know there was a post-credit scene. I didn't even know until you sent it to me. What a dumbass.
Did you do a post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. It shows. It's only like 30 seconds long, but it shows Brooker in his office, and it's just a date. By the way, it says 1883, I think, and then he gets up and he hears his Anna crying next to him's a baby, and he goes to the room. He's like, Anna, is that you? And starts to open up the door, and then it ends. So I interpret that as saying that after what happened, everything kind of got reset, and now he has a chance to do it right this time, and so that's how I figured what that means, and a lot of other people think that too. So I always thought he still had his memories of what happened in Infinite, and now he's getting a chance to correct everything, so he won't sell his daughter away this time.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, that was some fast talking, dude.
I've been wanting to replay the game. Now I have to replay the game just so I can see that.
Go on YouTube. You can see it on YouTube.
Nah, I gotta replay the game.
Okay.
Gotta replay the game.
Don't hit the skip button, man, because you hit the skip button, it skips.
I've played the game twice. I want to play it a third time because it is so good and it's so fun to do different abilities. And that one.
I will say this though. I mean, I as far when comparing Infinite to 1, I think the story and the characters a lot more. But gameplay-wise, I think the first BioShock was better gameplay-wise. So. Yeah.
I mean, the first one gives a sense of like limitation, but the second one is basically. I think the third one. I'm sorry, I ignored the second. Yeah. The third one actually like fills this need of like a swashbuckler like party type of thing. Did you see the Ben Yahtzee review of the game?
I have not. No.
He basically describes the difference between BioShock 1 and BioShock 3 is that in BioShock 1, it's all like you come to the after party and you pick up pieces to find out what happened. In BioShock 3, you are the party.
Yeah, that's a good.
So that's basically why I like 3 the best as well as Noah.
And there was, I probably like it the best too, but just because I love the story, but not by a lot though, because the first one's really good too. But I noticed Noah when the scene happened. I was like, that's an awesome. It's earlier in the game where Comstock says something like, God forgives, but I'm his prophet, so I don't have to, or something to that effect here.
Yeah.
That was a really good line.
Were any of you guys fans of the Metal Gear Solid series?
Oh my god, yes. I'm replaying them right now. I'm on the third one. Those games are so freaking awesome. I love them. Ugh, so good.
Yeah. When Metal Gear Solid came out for PlayStation, it was the end. Like it was just yeah.
You were like locked in your room for like a week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, easily. I think it was closer to 2, and I don't think there's been like the Mantis team. No, what was it called?
It was Psycho Mantis. Is that what you're thinking?
No, the team of all of them, like Vulcan Raven. Foxhound. Oh my Christ! What a good storyline, and what epic, memorable.
Remember?
Sorry, I can't even, like, my brain is turning off. I'm turning into, like, 10 again. Because, like, that was so good. Fighting Psycho Mantis and Vulcan Raven, where, like, Vulcan Raven's laugh still gives me, like, chills.
You like to play Castlevania.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's like reading your memory card, right? Yeah.
When I played the version, he says Super Smash Brothers, Melee, and Super Mario Sunshine. But I actually played the GameCube version first, and then on my first playthrough of the series, but on my second playthrough, I got the PlayStation version and played that.
I was like oddly turned on by Sniper Wolf at the time when I played this game. I don't know why.
Well,
probably the only female in the game, and I was in puberty, something like that. But it was great. It was great. That was cool. That's sad. Like one of the things that sticks out to me for some reason with that game. I haven't played any of the subsequent ones. I just played the PlayStation one, which was awesome.
Oh, you didn't play the GameCube version of?
Nope.
Okay.
I only played the second one.
I think the fourth one was my favorite, just because of the story. I loved how it concluded the story a lot, and so I gotta go with the fourth one as my favorite. But the other ones are really good too.
So, okay, I have a question. So this kind of works out nicely. I haven't really started any new series. Like, I'm gonna start filming these. I'm thinking of doing Silent Hill, Legend of Dragoon. I started Silent Hill, so I'm already in that.
I didn't know Silent Hill was on a list of like RPGs because Silent Hill was also like.
Have you played Human Revolution?
Survival horror. So what I'm saying is I'm doing 2 games, right? I'm doing a survival horror game. I've beaten all of the Resident Evils for PlayStation, so now I feel like I need to move on for something else. So I'm doing Silent Hill, and then I'll probably move on to Dino Crisis. But for RPGs, like I know any RPG I play, it's got to be a PlayStation one. It's going to take a long, long time. I think I want to start with Legend of Dragoon, but I don't. Is there any RPGs that you guys wanted to play, like for PlayStation back in the day? Because PlayStation's pretty much the RPG console, right? Like all the great RPGs are either on Super Nintendo, but for the most part, PlayStation 1. Like, are there any?
I've got. There's one I really wanted to, that I started playing, couldn't finish it, and never got a chance to finally put a nail in. Was Parasite Eve.
One of my all-time favorites. Oh my god, you've never played Parasite Eve? That game is so fucking awesome.
Okay, do that one just for me, please.
That's it. I'm playing Parasite Eve. That's it. I'm in a hole, and you know what? That's better, Michael, because it's a faster game. I can beat that in probably a couple days, whereas Legend of Dragoon is like weeks. You know.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh god, you got to play that, or at least watch me play it. And I will do shout-outs to you as I'm playing this game. Absolutely. At this point, I'm going to now.
I've never heard of this game, Noah. So
you've never heard of Parasite? Oh my god, you guys! You guys are trolling me right now. No, I'm sorry.
I'm serious. No, I should confess, I haven't really. I'm not very familiar with RPGs. I have not played any RPGs.
Michael, have you heard of Parasite Eve? Michael Mason, have you heard of Parasite Eve? Oh my god!
Sorry.
How is this happening right now?
I don't know. It just does, I guess.
It's Square. It's Squaresoft. It's Square. It's the same people that. Yeah, I think. I'm gonna look now, but my word. Let me before I hold on to that. Hold on.
I mean, confession time. I played Dragon Warrior more than I played Final Fantasy way back in the day.
Is that the one that's like first-person perspective?
No, it's a straight-up JRPG. They basically haven't changed their formula since the 4th one. And it's just straight up, just turn-based level
of. But
I thought it was
from I thought Dragon Warrior was from the first-person, or is that Dragon Warrior 7?
No. Huh. Well, the battles, yes. Like you do your RPG battles, and it's like the first-person perspective is like you see the span of monsters all right there. It's like, oh, you have 7 monsters right there. You don't see your people fight at all.
And yes, Parasite Eve is Squaresoft, and oh my god, Michael, you are going to love this game. It is like it's a Resident Evil RPG is the best way I could put it. It
really should have been. Like I never got into Resident Evil either. I played one of them. It wasn't my favorite game, but like Parasite Eve I liked and I wanted to finish and I just fucking couldn't do it.
My friend, I will do it for you. I will do it. That's it. That's the next one on the list.
I'll sit and watch this. I don't.
Yeah, it's probably maybe a 15-hour game, I think. So yeah, that'll be.
Well, it'll be 15 hours well spent on my part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Noah, have you played Deus Ex: Human Revolution?
I played one of the Deus Ex. I don't remember which one. I didn't really get into that series.
How long ago was it?
A long time.
If it was the oldest one, like the first one, that one is like, I can't get back into that one anymore. Apparently it was great back in the day, but it did not age well at all. The most recent one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, the first one, I don't even remember which one I played, but it was on the PC, so it was probably one of the later ones.
No, they're all on the PC now.
They are? Okay. Okay.
So, what did you're a fan of the Resident Evil games. What did you think of Resident Evil 4 and 5?
So I tried doing a walkthrough of Resident Evil 4 this last week.
Loves Resident Evil 4. She thinks
Resident Evil 4 is awesome. Resident Evil 4 is probably one of the best. The problem I had is that I'm emulating it, which is PlayStation 2. So I'm emulating a PlayStation 2 game on my PC, which is extremely complicated. It's taking up a lot of resources.
I thought it was on GameCube and Wii.
It is. It's on those, but I don't have a game. I sold all my systems a long time ago. I went through this phase where like I pretty much bought every kind of system there is, and I owned every kind of RPG there was, and then I sold them and I got a car. So, like, I had enough to actually get an Acura Integra, 1994 Acura Integra. So now I have to like, and this was while I was in college. So now I just emulate everything, play all the games on emulators. But it works and it looks really well. It looks really good, I should say, and plays really well. But I ran into some problems with it. So once I fix Resident Evil 4, I'll start doing a playthrough of it. But it's a great game.
God, the emulator file for a PlayStation 2 game's got to be huge.
Yeah, like each game's like 5 gigs. I played Kingdom Hearts on it. Works great. So when I have enough time, I'll probably time. I don't even know when I'm going to get to Kingdom Hearts, but yeah.
I only use emulators for games that on N64 on back, and sometimes I'll do PlayStation, but yeah, PlayStation, N64 on back. Anything after that, because I have the systems, I just play it on the system.
Yeah.
So.
Did any of you guys? I think I have it on my YouTube channel, but I did a recording of the Ocarina of Time on four 1080p screens wide, whatever the hell that is. I forget the resolution. I couldn't play the whole game like that just because I don't know. It was fun and everything, but I was like, damn, these files are too big. Like 1 minute ended up being like 2 gigs or something stupid. Like I couldn't keep up with it. But
the screen is really small. It kind of reminds me of Family Guy when they were satirizing, they're making fun of like the widescreen of Lawrence of Arabia, and they show like the screen and the widescreen is so wide that the actual screen is so tiny. It kind of reminded me of that. I mean, exaggeration, of course, but.
I mean, it's fun playing it like that, but
yeah, it looks good. I'm sure it looks great from where you were sitting.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm happy now. Parasite Eve. This has all been answered for me. I'm good. Good to go.
Speaking of Zelda, though, so what did you think of Majora's Mask?
Majora's Mask. It's the one after Ocarina of Time, right?
Yeah, it's the one that came after.
I liked it. My wife hated it. So we beat Ocarina of Time once a year. Like we'll sit through and play Ocarina of Time. But I'm trying to get her into Majora's Mask, but she does not want to get into Majora's Mask at all.
You know, it took me a long time.
Majora's Mask is hard.
Yeah, it took me a long time. Because I remember as a kid, right? So when that game came out, because I was such a huge fan of Ocarina of Time, I played the hell out of it, and I was so pumped when Majora's Mask came out, and like the opening of the game just crushed me, man. And I had to go buy a player's guide and everything.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard.
After that, as a kid, I hated the time system, and I didn't get to the first dungeon before I just gave up on it. It wasn't until years later when my sister and a lot of friends all started playing it, and then they kept telling me, this game is like so awesome, Cody, and so, I gave it another shot a long time later, and I've grown to like it a lot, although I still don't think it's as good as Ocarina of Time, but I can appreciate it for trying something different, though. The 3-day cycle definitely is interesting, the way the events and everything, and how you gotta do a lot of, you gotta be on time in places, and you can mess with the times and all that stuff. And who could forget, of course, the freaky moon with a face coming down to kill everyone?
Mm-hmm. I think they should create a game where you are God. Like, literally, God. And you get to choose who to zap.
Well, wait, but they did.
No, but it's way more complicated than what you're thinking. So what I'm saying is, you basically sit in like an orb, and you're like omniscient, you're omnipotent. You can choose whether you're omnibenevolent, maybe evil, and you get to pop in and out of history whenever you like, at any place, and alter the course of events, and zap people, kill Hitler. It's a lot you could do. I think they should have a game like that. That'd be great. I would. I
like the time travel bit of this. There's a great game called Shadow of Destiny. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one.
Mm-mm.
Okay, where like it is your destiny to be killed, but you're saved in like the very first like minutes of the game. But you're given opportunities by this evil homunculus thing to go back in time and change slight things around the city that make it so that you aren't killed. And it was a fucking awesome game.
Huh.
Sadly, it was only like a couple of hours of playing time. It was like 3 to 4 hours.
Shadows of Destiny. That's PlayStation, right?
But it was so good, and I really wish someone made a frigging sequel to it. I'm gonna post in the comments. I'm gonna see if I can find this.
It's a Konami game. This looks familiar. I feel like the cover of the game looks familiar. I never played it, but it looks familiar.
Speaking of shadows,
That was like one of my favorite things. Sorry?
I was just saying, is Shadow of the Colossus worth playing? I've been hearing good things about it. Some of them I ask guys.
Yeah, that's great.
I think it's.
I understand. I understand the whole game is just boss battles. You basically just go to the boss, and they're like giant monsters, and you have to figure out how to beat them, and then you beat them, and then you move on to the next boss until the game is over.
Pretty much.
Sounds interesting, I guess.
So when are you guys all coming to the West Coast? Since we're the best coast. Any
as soon as you buy me a ticket on some form of transportation.
Oh, when are you guys coming to East Coast, man? East Coast is...
They're like all over the East Coast, like right now, right?
Yeah, like there were a bunch of us hanging out in New York, like last week.
Well, you know, you still haven't come by Dr. William Lane Craig's Defenders class, Noah.
I was in Atlanta, actually, a few, maybe 6 months ago. I should have done that.
Wait, what is the William Lane Craig Defenders class?
Oh, you don't? You've never heard of that, Michael? It's his. He does like a weekly class at Johnson Ferry Baptist.
Yeah, it's where I attend. So that's how. So yeah, that's why.
Is that a university?
No, it's a church. It's a church. He teaches a Sunday school class at a church in Marietta, Georgia, which is very close to me. So that's where I go every Sunday.
I thought he taught in L.A. I thought he was.
No, he teaches in Talbot, but that's only like every once in a while. Like when he
teaches at Talbot once a year. He does. So from my understanding is he does like a series at Talbot, a series at Houston Baptist, and then he does like a weekly sermon, I guess, at Johnson Ferry where Cody goes to church.
Yep. Something like that.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's interesting. What? Yeah, a lot of people.
What a life.
Yeah, a lot
Like
of people.
It's almost like he has an actual academic job.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people think because of his bio connections that he lives that like I was talking to his wife Jan, and she says it's very great for their privacy because everybody thinks they live in L.A. or something like that or California, but they don't. So. Okay. But yeah. Well, Jan Craig, Dr. Craig's wife, because she's also there, so I know her. I talked to her as well, and so she was just saying how like. Yeah.
Stephen Colbert teaches Sunday school.
Really?
Yes, he does.
I also hear he interviewed Smog not too long ago, which was so awesome.
He did. It was actually a good interview.
Yeah.
The theater I went to played it before the movie, the interview that he did with Smog. It was awesome.
Oh, man, yeah. That's so cool they did that, too. Like, breaks through the wall, and they even voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, which was awesome.
Well, it was great because they made Smog seem like an ultra-conservative who just piled on money and didn't care about anybody else. It was awesome.
I know, it's perfect. I'm glad they got to say something in the new one, because, I mean, like... Because, in the book, cartoon, he just flies over, rains fire on the city, and then the guy just shows up out of nowhere and announces his name, and then just shoots Smog with the arrow, and then bam, he's dead. So,
I liked the speech that he gave and the monologue that he had with the archer. I completely forget his name.
I don't remember his name.
Can you not spoil the movie for us?
I was about to say, what is this?
What the fuck, guys?
What is this?
Some of us actually
You didn't read the book? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Also,
I've read the book twice and seen the original movie, the Rankin Bass.
Okay, well, the movie's terrible.
That's what I heard. Unfortunately,
it's terrible. All three of the movies are terrible, Cody, and I'm sad that you like them. They're terrible.
I will agree. It would have been better as two movies, and they're vastly inferior.
It would have been better as one movie.
Well, okay, yeah, probably, but like, I just, whatever. I mean, considering the stuff they added, like 2 movies could have fitted up fine, but yeah. Anyway, they are inferior to the Lord of the Rings trilogy by far, but they're not terrible movies. No.
I actually think the second
exaggerate,
movie.
yes.
I think the second movie was Peter Jackson's best movie. The second Hobbit movie.
Really? You mean the best out of the Hobbit?
No, I mean better than any of the Lord of the Rings movies.
He's trolling.
No.
He's so trolling.
I'm not trolling.
Are you serious?
Okay, look.
I'm totally serious.
To be fair, this
you
is the guy. This is the guy who thinks Final Fantasy VIII is the.
Yeah, you don't count, Michael. That's it. Nope.
Honestly, one of my
I just have no taste.
Realize we can invalidate every single opinion he has that we don't agree with because of that. That's it.
I didn't say Final Fantasy VIII was the best. I said 7 was the best. But I said I liked 8 better than 9.
I actually agree with you, Michael, to a certain extent. I actually think the second Hobbit movie was the best, and I really liked it. I thought it was really well done.
I think it was the best of the Hobbit trilogy, that's for certain. So.
It was better than some of the Lord of the Rings.
My opinion is slightly tainted because I read The Lord of the Rings recently, and then I realized what I start to actually get angry with Peter Jackson because I was like, there's a lot of shit he didn't mention that's like really critical to the storyline.
Really?
And it completely goes against everything like Tolkien was trying to portray in those books.
Tolkien?
Yeah.
What you say about that is what I'm angry about with this. Particularly the second movie, I actually thought was the worst of the 3 new movies, mostly because of the weird dwarven love triangle that happened with the elf.
Dumb.
I mean,
that was and okay, I'm sorry, but I completely lost it. I was bawling laughing when she had like the lights behind her. She was like, whoa, whoa, doing the healing thing with the king's herb. It was so dumb. I'm sorry.
I just think it was weird they actually got Kate from Lost. I distinctly remember her Evangeline Lilly is her name. She said in an interview after Lost was done, she said that she was kind of pretty much done with acting after that. That's why I was surprised to see her in The Hobbit. It's like, oh, really? Okay, so she's not done with acting.
There were too many elves in the second one. I didn't care about anything about the elves. There were just too many.
Everybody loves the elves,
Okay, like those are fair comments for sure. I think though for the most part, like I got the idea of like the mythology and the largeness of the world very strongly in the second Hobbit movie, and I think it was very true to, if not the word, the spirit of a lot of what Tolkien was after.
By the way, Michael, did you see when you talk about Lord of the Rings movies? Did you just watch the theatrical versions, or did you watch the extended version?
Oh, I've seen the extended.
I've seen the extended versions as well.
More time was not the issue. I think it's largely that there is a very big message of like anti-industrialization that was like hugely strong in the books that is not present at all in the movies.
Really?
I think it's there in the movies, but it's certainly not as strong.
It's in there because before I even read the books, I got that vibe from the movies. I mean, it's kind of hard not.
How dare they cut down those trees? That's all I have to say.
But that's
powers. It's pretty obvious they were going. That's what was happening here. I totally got that. And unpopular opinion here, by the way, but I think the movies are superior to the books because I just don't like Tolkien.
I wouldn't go that far, Cody. I wouldn't go that far. Cody, come on.
No, yes, I would. Here's the thing.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Cody? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, listen, guys. I'm not some stuck-up asshole about this here, okay? See, I tried. I wanted to love those books because I love movies. I tried my damnness, okay? I had to force myself through the first one and the second one. Those books are just so boring. I don't like Tolkien's writing style. A lot of the dialogue is horrible.
I am learning so much about you guys tonight. Someone here likes Final Fantasy VIII. You think the movies are better. This is so hard for me.
The books also have serious pacing and the battle scenes are horribly. Helm's Deep, that chapter is terrible. It's so horribly described. It's mostly dialogue too. Like, oh yes, we're shooting arrows down. Like it's like there's no way. I mean, if I didn't see the movies, I don't know if I could have followed what was going on.
Do you think that maybe seeing a huge visual representation of the book sort of tainted your perspective when you went back and read it? Because nothing is going to be as bombastic as
here's the thing.
I thought about that too. I mean, I tried all this stuff here. I really don't think so, because I think even if I hadn't seen the movies, I think I still would have been bored by these books. I really don't.
But here's the thing. But I think because the movie primed you to be looking for things that Tolkien thought were not really that important. Like the battle at Helm's Deep, in terms of the actual fighting, is like 4 pages. Like I have that big like Alan Lee version that's like huge, but it's not a huge amount of the book. But in the movies, like it's all about those gigantic battle scenes. That's because Tolkien thought the mythology, the like character development, those boring conversations, the Tom Bombadil, like those things were actually really important to his vision of his world. Like,
Tom Bombadil.
Because if you started reading the books looking for these epic battles and shit like that, like I can see why you'd be bored, but I think it's partly because like you're looking for the things that the author wasn't trying to portray.
Okay.
Yeah, you're objectively wrong, Cody.
No, it's not just the battles. It's really a small.
All I'm saying is that you're wrong. You're just.
It's science, Cody. Cody, it's science.
It's also his writing style and the dialogue. The dialogue is so bad. I mean, most of it is anyway. Obviously, it's still got the "You shall not pass," but I don't know, just and the way he describes things.
But he's also mimicking like a Germanic saga style of writing. Like,
okay, well that style of writing is terrible then.
You're wrong, Cody. You're wrong.
Hey, come on, okay.
Sit in your wrongness and be wrong.
You said Tom. Assuming he's faithfully imitating it. If he's not, then he's terribly imitating it. But Tom Bombadil. Okay, I mean, I guess I can understand why people were upset. But let's be honest here. Let's be honest, okay? When Tom Bombadil shows up in the book, the story just basically stops, pretty much. I mean, he just shows up. Everything just sort of halts. You know, they have conversations, and then, for a chapter or two, and then he just goes, and then, okay, then we're back on. I mean, it was...
Maybe that's sort of, isn't that sort of the criticism we're giving you, is maybe that bothers you because you're looking for the bombastic stuff. You're looking for the story. Let's keep going. You're looking for that, like,
just
come on.
And throw the fucking ring.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the movies messed you up, Cody.
Damn him. And I am so
whatever. I mean, all I'm saying is, like, I love the story of the books. I mean, well, it's just the same movies, so I love the whole story.
Like Tom Bombadil was like he's representing something in the book. Like that may have been lost on you. Like
my friend has this theory that Tom Bombadil represents Tolkien's view of God, which I thought was very interesting, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was more a commentary on someone being like a pacifist to a fault, someone who holds the power to change the world in a good way, who doesn't get involved and sort of in like an isolationist way, like that they're happy in their little garden and they don't want to be bothered by the problems of the world. And you kind of there's many times in the book where like Sam and Frodo are kind of wishing they could have Tom's help. They're like, oh, this would be like really easy if we had someone's help right now. And I think that's a poignant commentary that there's. Tolkien said that at some point too.
One of the most interesting parts in the books to me is the council at Rivendell, where they're talking about Tom Bombadil. It's like, why don't we just give the ring to Tom Bombadil and we'll just fight the war and we'll win eventually? And Gandalf's like, no. Do you know what he'll do? he'll just lose it because he doesn't think it's important, which is like totally represents what you're saying. So
Look how much meaning you glossed over, Cody. Damn Peter Jackson to hell.
I'll say this from the bottom of my heart. I do envy you guys. Like I say, I really wish I could enjoy the books like everyone else does. I truly wish I could, but I just can't. And
that's like me with Game of Thrones. I'm right there with you.
That's like me with
Sorry, what? No, you're trolling right now.
No, I'm serious. I can't. I don't want to change the topic.
Sorry, you gave us shit for me shit for liking.
Hey, I feel comfortable.
Fantasy VIII and you don't like Game of Thrones.
Scratchpad is where we express unpopular opinion. Guys.
Look, after all the things you guys, all the bombs you've dropped, I feel okay saying that. I do. It's not that I dislike it. It's not that I dislike it. It was so fucking slow. I could not get into it at all. I really couldn't.
Fair enough.
A moment ago we were giving shit to. But like, I can understand why Lord of the Rings, the book, the like 4,000-page epic like Germanic saga is boring. I don't know how you can watch HBO's multi-million-dollar like fire-breathing dragon show and like not be thoroughly entertained.
Like, you the show, Michael.
Like, what is slow about that?
Oh my god. It just the
show the action is so toned down. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Noah.
No, I was just truthfully I got all the way. So let me tell you how far I got. I got to the end of season 1 of Game of Thrones, and I was bored. I was totally it just didn't interest me. I felt dialogue was too drawn out. Some of the dynamics between the characters I thought was overhyped. It just didn't really interest me. The Lannisters I didn't feel any connection with anybody. It just felt really, really distant to me.
Well, I can actually see where you're coming from. I sort of disagree, but I think in the show they're not as good at building like likable characters. And once you start to like somebody, they kill them.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah, that's what I hear. I couldn't attach myself, so I guess that's maybe the bigger. I felt like I couldn't. There wasn't one overarching thing that was drawing me to the show. I felt like I couldn't attach myself to anything, a character, a particular plot, subplot, or anything. I just kind of felt like it was long and drawn out, and I just couldn't do it. Now, granted, I only got to the end of season 1, so who knows, you know.
I love Tyrion. Well, everybody loves Tyrion Lannister. Peter Dinklage, man, awesome.
Of course, I also feel the same way about Breaking Bad, which I think is even worse for a lot of people.
What is wrong with you?
Are you serious, Noah?
I couldn't get into Breaking Bad. I saw all the way to the end of season 1 of Breaking Bad, and I felt like and I'm gonna be fair, I felt like there was something wrong with me. Because everybody.
There is something wrong with you.
And I freely admit it. Oh, Michael, I freely admit it, because I was like, every fucking human being I know on this planet, other than me, likes Breaking Bad. I got to the end of season 1, same in Game of Thrones, same time. Maybe there was something going on in my life that made me hate both shows. That just.
Was this when you became a nihilist?
No, I don't. There's a little after, but no, I just.
Stop using meth, Noah.
Yeah, that could have been part of it. But no, I just wasn't. Especially with Breaking Bad, I just was bored with Breaking Bad. Just super bored. I don't know.
What doesn't bore you, Noah? I'm curious.
He loves X-Files, but
X-Files, Doctor Who. Those are my favorite shows. X-Files and Doctor Who.
So we need like a semi-campy sci-fi horror show.
Kind of. I think maybe. Well.
So yeah, why didn't you like Peter Capaldi?
I like Peter Capaldi. I love Peter Capaldi. He's not my favorite Doctor, but no.
Why didn't you like season 8?
Yeah, season 8. Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of season here. But yeah, season 8 was a little slow for me. See, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is, Michael. Is that I may suffer from Cody's issue of I need like bigger and better and badder. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's
that's fair.
Bad. Okay, you can't get better than that.
No, in those defense, it's actually pretty fair. It's actually pretty fair.
I don't mean bigger, better, or badder. Though. Like,
Yes,
I mean, like
you
I
do,
said-
Cody.
okay,
Cody,
so-
Cody, you do.
You got.
Like I say, I like the first season of Game of Thrones has like almost no action, especially compared to. I mean, yeah, I loved the first season. Like it's got a good Breaking Bad. Like I love all those shows. And by the way, like you say you thought there was something wrong with you. That's how I felt about the Lord of the Rings books. By the way, like I was like, why don't I like this?
The
Like,
difference, Cody, is that there actually is something wrong with you for not liking the Lord of the Rings books. Like objectively, they're really. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, can I float something out there? Like, no.
There is something wrong with Cody because, well...
Well, like, okay, Cody aside, I think there is something where, like, you have to come to a show. I believe this about any, like, aesthetic experience, by the way. You have to kind of meet it on its own terms and what it's trying to do. Like, I feel like I understand... I appreciated Lord of the Rings when I was older. I read it for the second time when I learned a bit more about J.R.R. Tolkien and like what he was attempting to do. And it was a good experience for me because now when I go into something, when I start watching, like I started watching Marco Polo and finished that recently on Netflix. Like you have to go in seeing what it's trying to do and appreciating it on its own terms. And I think like if you go in and you're watching the Lord of the Rings, sorry, if you're reading the Lord of the Rings book, focused on those action scenes rather than like really what Tolkien was trying to do, then you're missing something. But also no, I gotta say like if you're not seeing that the real point of Game of Thrones is that political intrigue,
yeah.
That like you have to like there are some downsides for sure in like building up likable characters in that program, but like I mean if you're saying you need bigger, badder, better all the time, like
no, and I completely get that. So I went into Game of Thrones knowing that. I even went into Breaking Bad knowing that this was going to be a sort of transition, a huge transition of a person from one sort of thing to another. Like I kind of knew enough to be able to ready myself, I guess, in some sort of way. And I knew that Game of Thrones was dialogue heavy, at least the first season, but it just wasn't interesting political stuff. Like I love, for example, what the hell is the one on Netflix with
House of Cards?
House of Cards. I love House of Cards, right? So, yeah, I'm not sure, Michael, why. I mean, I love House of Cards, but I hate the first season of Game of Thrones. So,
okay, well, those are different though because like I think House of Cards is way darker,
yeah.
and like really suspenseful. Like David Fincher did the first few episodes of House of Cards, like the master of suspense made those first few episodes. So there was a good hook right in there. Like I thought House of Cards was amazing, like really well developed characters. Like it's really hard to find fault in that. But can you like something like Downton Abbey? Can you get into?
Oh God, I hated. My wife tried to get me into that last week. We watched the first 3 episodes. I was ready to jam my head into the wall. I hated it. I could not get into it at all. So now she's watching it on her own, and I'm not watching it.
No,
so.
Get this.
You're missing out, dude.
They love Downton Abbey. They both love that show.
Like I'm not stupid. Like I get what the show is trying to give me. I get all of this, but it just doesn't do something for me. It's just not. It can even do it well. Like I think certain shows do dialogue well or do a certain type of storyline well, but if it just doesn't appeal to me, it doesn't appeal to me. I don't know. I know there's probably a lot more meaningful things I could say, but I don't know. It doesn't do it for me.
In Noah's defense, this is exactly how I feel about The Walking Dead. I hate The Walking Dead. It is so boring to me, but I cannot get into it whatsoever, no matter how hard I try.
I love it. That's like one of my favorite shows, Walking Dead. Walking Dead.
Yeah, you guys.
What the hell is wrong with all of us?
We've all got stuff.
We're all crazy.
No, but it's funny actually. Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, made a video a while back where he called Top 10 Movies That I Hate But Everyone Else Loves. And then he made another list saying Top 10 Movies That I Love But Everyone Else Hates. We all have stuff like that.
The goal tonight is to find one show, not movie, show, that all of us down the line can go, good show. Doesn't have to be like best show ever.
Firefly?
Like, yeah, good show.
Firefly.
The Daily Show.
Firefly?
Wait. Someone said Firefly. Firefly.
I can't get into
Oh,
that.
God, Michael.
Oh! Okay. Let's
Damn it, Michael.
I love Lucy. That seems like an easy one, right?
You know what? Fair. I'm the Game of Thrones guy, so that's fair.
Okay. What about House of Cards? Weren't we all
I haven't
okay
seen
with
House
that?
of Cards yet, so I can't comment.
I haven't seen the House of Cards.
Ah.
How about the Daily Show? That's technically, does that count, or does it have to be fiction?
Fiction.
I'm pretty anti-Semitic, so the whole Jon Stewart. Blame Avi.
Because you hate Alvin.
What about the X-Files? Does everyone here like the X-Files?
I haven't seen the X-Files.
I never saw the X-Files.
Okay.
I still have the internal debate of whether that is the best show ever made to me or Doctor Who. I still haven't been able to actually choose.
Noah, I guess you consider Lost a bad show. I know Noah used to like Lost.
Oh, Lost was a great show until they didn't know what the hell the story, how it was supposed to end. But
well, they kind of had that from the beginning. But anyway.
But no, not Lost. Not Lost. Lost is. I can tell you right now, that's a no for me.
I mean, the ending is nah, but I still like the
We're not going to find a show, guys. We're not going to find a show.
Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop.
I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop yet. I'm going to watch it soon.
Oh wait, if we could talk about anime, then it's going to be Full Metal Alchemist. I mean,
Dragon Ball. I haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist either, but I've seen Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, what about Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball?
I love. Yeah, that's the awesome.
Okay. Dragon Ball Z, yes.
Yeah,
if we all agree on Dragon Ball Z, I'm going to cry. Like that's so sad.
I am actually a huge fan of
I
Dragon
didn't
Ball Z.
watch it, but I liked it.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z is a winner.
They've
Yeah.
Wait. This is very important.
See,
Really?
I've actually seen the show. I've read the manga, though. Does that count?
Yeah, that
I read the
counts.
manga too. I didn't watch the show, so
But that-
I'm
I
in
don't
agreement
think
with that.
it's the best manga I've ever read. I enjoyed it, though.
So we all agree on Dragon Ball. That's crazy.
This is very important here. Has everyone here seen the abridged version online?
Yeah.
of Dragon
Yes.
Ball
Yeah,
Z?
DVD abridged.
Has anyone not? Let's.
I haven't. I've seen the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I haven't seen the Dragon Ball.
Does he die?
It is absolutely hilarious. Especially the Nibnekian saga is absolutely hilarious. I can't wait for more of them to come out. They are brilliant at this.
Has anybody seen Attack on Titan abridged?
No, I haven't. I've only seen the first 3 episodes of the actual Attack on Titan show, but I haven't seen the abridged yet. So.
Oh my God, I have a movie. I have a movie we all agree on right now.
Okay, what is it?
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
If we're talking about movies, I think.
I will fuck you up, Noah.
Yes.
That
I will
one's
fuck you up so hard. Noah. That movie is so bad.
I think we can come up with a lot of different movies that we would all like. I think TV shows is
How
hard.
about a book? Let's think of a book or a book series, or maybe either an individual book or a book series. Maybe
Redwall?
After not liking Lord of the Rings, I don't know how this is going to work.
the Bible.
Bible. Done.
Harry Potter. Come on.
I haven't read Harry Potter, although I have seen the movies.
The books are so much
Stranger. Anyone here read
Twilight
Stranger
4.
and a Strange Land?
I have not.
Redwall? Anybody Redwall?
Yeah, no, I did when I was a kid. It's been a while, though.
Twilight New Moon.
Oh,
Anybody?
Goddamn,
Well,
Noah, I will fuck you up.
How about
I guess you might ignore those books in a guilty pleasure sort of way because they are so terrible. Same thing with the movies, but I mean, they're not good.
How about The Matrix?
Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, awesome.
Thank you.
love that you mentioned that.
I liked Scott Pilgrim. What about The Matrix?
Matrix
First one.
wins. Matrix wins.
Matrix.
The first Matrix, absolutely.
Matrix is
Number
okay.
2 didn't happen.
So let's say the second and third didn't happen. First Matrix, yes or no? Everybody?
I haven't seen it, actually.
You've never seen the Matrix?
What?
How do you take part in any
Monica,
philosophy discussions?
I think tonight you need to
Do you
get.
even know what's going on?
What are you saying, Michael?
I said, how can you take part in any philosophy discussions if you haven't seen The Matrix? That has to come up
I'll
at
have to
least
get
like
on
once
that,
a
though.
conversation.
You really do, Monica. You really need to get your minds right. 'cause it
You
was
really do.
mind-blowing.
You really, Monica. It's the only movie I've ever seen in my life where I've actually, at the very end, rewound it, and well, wasn't on VHS, DVD, put it back to the beginning, and watched it again. It's the only movie I've ever watched twice in a row because I liked it so much.
Is it on
It's not.
Netflix?
It's not that great, but it's.
Damn it,
but it's
Michael!
pretty
You need
okay.
to set this up for her. It is an awesome movie.
It is
It's not
great,
that
though.
great, but it's okay. It's pretty okay.
It was a revolutionary. It was a revolutionary movie.
So was
there's
Star
no two
Trek,
ways to-
but no one likes that anymore.
Before was ever a movie. And the
It
original
was a huge revolution. Before that, we had no idea that black coats and sunglasses looked good together. And like, it's just been
And that's where you got your fashion sense up.
before the Matrix, because Blade had like the coat and the sunglasses. So I mean, that was a good movie. So
I think anything with black coats and sunglasses is an instant hit.
I think the problem with that was the trench coat mafia in Columbine that came right after that. Even though they'd been wearing the trench coats for long before the Matrix came out, but the Matrix still got blamed for Columbine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
It was all Keanu's fault, for sure.
Keanu Reeves, he's like, it's weird. Like, I know he can act, because I've seen him act, but yet so many movies of his, he gives that sort of, that kind of, whoa, monotone expression and everything.
What's
Like,
that recent movie he was
He's just been playing the same character from Point Break on. So like,
but like movies like Speed or Bill and Ted, I feel like he gave like a very diverse kind of performance. I mean,
Speed.
Bill and
Speed. He had the most blank face on him the whole film.
No.
he's in a racing bus full of people. And
But
he
like, come on, you have to admit, he gives a lot more emotion and speed than he ever did in the
But
Matrix.
like, still, his emotion should be like.
But that's
and
like that
he's
scene in
like-
Speed where his partner gets killed and then he like breaks down and like throws a phone and starts screaming and everything like that. And has that breakdown.
Yes, he did what his script told him to do. Get angry. Yes.
But like, he still gave more emotion, I thought, than he did in the Matrix. So, I mean, or fine.
Is that a dog?
Bill and Ted.
It's a dog.
That is his
It's
dog.
a dog.
This is Billy.
Hello, Billy.
She just wanted to say hi.
My dog is cuter. Not this is a competition.
I wish I could show. I wish I could show you
No,
all.
look at these eyes. You can't say no to this. He's so fuzzy.
We all need to get our dogs. Oh boy.
Yes. I have my camera off. I have the video off, so I can't see anyone's video.
Yes, come here.
Cody, what is up with your internet? Do you have? Are you on like 56K or what's going on?
I don't know. I'm at my dad's house actually. I've never had this problem here before. I mean, 'cause like I get on the Hangout, but then I could not I couldn't hear anybody or see anybody, so then I turned the bandwidth down, and then sometimes I'll see everybody. Everyone's video came up, and then and that's when I start talking to you guys. And then I conked out again. So then just to be safe, I just turned off the video completely, and I just turned the bandwidth down so that I wouldn't see anyone's video or mine. It's just audio only. And so far,
It's the NSA. The NSA is taking all the bandwidth. That's what's happening.
Oh boy.
No, for
Cutest
sure.
puppy. Cutest puppy.
No.
Yes.
I have to get my puppies in here, but they would overshadow all of you.
I didn't
Don't
know
be
you had
modest, man.
dogs.
Puppy, puppy, puppies. Puppy, puppy, puppy.
So we're talking about video games a while back, though. So Noah, have you played Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
Oh my god, I am not touching those games. I almost died. I actually almost clinically died.
Did I not?
Playing Five Nights at Freddy's?
Noah, did I not tell you? Did I not warn you?
That was one of the worst pieces of advice. I just did not listen to your advice, and I nearly died. I have a video of me nearly dying.
Okay, best game ever, Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh, that was awesome. That was so like controversial back in the day.
Yeah,
I
back
forgot
in
to-
like '77 when it was like the first game.
By the way,
It's an
Noah,
old game. It's an old game.
I totally love the reaction, Noah, when you get scared and if Five Nights at Freddy's the way you're just all like, you're like, what the, then, oh, Jesus! And then
Yeah, it was very scary. I'm not gonna. I'm actually serious. Like, I'm not gonna play Five Nights at Freddy's again. That was not fun.
I figured out how to record myself playing games now, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
play Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna record myself playing Five Nights
It
at
is-
Freddy's.
It is incredibly tense, that game. That game is just the
Like, it
entire
is a
time.
panic attack. It's like a stress ball.
You know, the first time was actually very easy, but unfortunately, like I wasn't that scared. But once I got the first jump scare and I knew what was going to happen to me if I screwed up, the tension just rose 1,000%.
The thing that's weird about that game is, you know, I remember watching people play it, like Noah. I kept thinking, what? This game does not look scary at all. But then I play it, and it's like, okay, no, this is one of the
exactly. Once you're in control, yeah, it's a little different.
You're up against a wall, and there's two different sides. That's you're just like you can be surrounded at any moment.
Yeah, if you have an anxiety problem, that game's not for you.
Well, honest game traders, like they're talking about how like they talk about how the game delivers more scares than the last 3 Resident Evil games combined. Or like.
What I really want, I really want to grab an Oculus Rift and play some of the new.
Oh, have you seen this?
For a second, I thought you were going to say Oculus Rift and play Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm like, are you fucking kidding?
I would die. I actually would die if I did that. That would be.
Oh my God.
It wouldn't be joking anymore.
We have an Oculus at the lab. Actually, we're starting to do it for some of our visual working memory tasks. Because it presents a better field of experience for people for the neuroscience tests.
Cool.
And it is really cool. So now our lab is filled with Oculus Rifts.
That's sick.
Our PI leaves for 3 months in January, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure it now involves Five Nights at Freddy's and some Oculus Rift. I think I can film this under the auspices of science. And
Noah, hint, go visit Michael.
There we go. For science.
Yeah. We'll see what part of the brain makes you shit your pants.
Oh, well, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's, I actually stumbled on the Easter egg, the yellow bear, which I didn't even know about until after it happened. And it's so freaky, by the way. Like, it just pops in the room and just sits there and then jump scares you.
I can see Michael submitting to NIH. Like, I want to see the threshold for Noah shitting his pants using the Oculus Rift. Like,
I think we could use, a heat monitor to, just see the actual shit come into your
flatulence level. As he plays Five Nights at Freddy's. $30,000 grant right there from NIH. Done.
All right, so
500.
Wait, Michael, where do you work?
I work at New York University.
Oh, that's cool.
So if we're bringing up video games, I have to ask who here hasn't played Dragon Age Origins?
Have not played it.
I highly recommend that game. That's my number 1 or 2 game of all time. It is a wonderful game. And you could probably get Steam sales up. You could probably get it for $7.50. They were offering it on Origin for free.
Wow.
About a month and a half ago because Dragon Age Inquisition was coming out. But I'm going to get going in a second here. No, I'm still offering to do that Magic game sometime. There's a free online version if you want to give it a try sometime.
Yeah, I have my other buddy trying to get me into Dota, and then which will never happen, FYI.
The Magical one is free. So,
Dota 2 is free, to be fair.
Is Dota 2 free?
Dota 2 is free, yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, then
wow, I didn't know that. I thought you had to pay for it.
I mean, like a year ago, they had this thing where it's you would pay $30 to be a part of the open beta. But then they would also give you 5 copies to give to your friends, and whenever you gave it to your friend, you could also give it to 5 of your friends. So I never actually spent money on the game, so I got it because I got it from one of my friends. So yeah, that's what they did. And now it's just free to play, and the only thing you pay for is aesthetics. You get all of your heroes / champions right away. Cool. So it's actually So you might get into it, Noah, or you might not. It's not healthy for you. You shouldn't get into it. It's a terrible game. It's the best game ever.
Yeah, Marcel, I need to check it out. I still I need to add it actually to my Steam. In fact, I'm gonna do that tonight.
Just if you want, I can show you the ropes in a one-on-one duel. Once you get the basics down, the rest is just kind of learning to do things quicker and more accurately.
Yeah.
Other than that, the basics are pretty easy to understand.
Cool.
You're talking about the Magica MOBA, right?
Yeah, the Magicka Wizard Wars online. There's a single player that you can do with friends as well, which is probably even more fun. But that one you have to actually buy and stuff.
I played that one, and it was so much fun. And it was mostly fun because my friend would keep casting the lightning bolt spell, which would do like 999 damage, and it would kill everybody on screen. And at the same pace, he would revive us all, and then he'd do it all again. And he'd just do that until all the enemies were dead. And we were like, okay, that's fun and all, but we're going to do that too to you.
Well, no, what happened with us, Smart Mouth Pundit, actually, and my wife played together one time. And if you do a water beam and an ice beam together, it does massive damage. It does massive damage. What are you on Steam?
Yes, I am.
What's your name on Steam?
Yeah, we should all add each other. I'm gonna put mine in the chat.
I think I already did that.
Me too. Stray Doggy Log is my tag.
Okay, I don't remember Noah's name, so I think I didn't add him, and I didn't add you. I'm actually going to be going up with the Pundit soon and playing Inquisition online. That game's going to be a lot of fun.
We're all playing Magicka tonight.
Actually, if you want, he plays Magicka too. If you want, I can ask if he wants to do that instead.
Oh, that would be so awesome. I might have to reinstall it though. That's my problem.
Oh, it shouldn't take that long. It's not that big.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Everybody kept saying Oculus Rift a while back, and so I want to ask: has anybody here seen the movie Oculus?
I have seen it.
Yeah. I love how by the way, CinemaSins, when it gets to the girl, he goes, "Doctor, who's that?"
Oh, I noticed the Doctor. Yeah, that's right. I only saw it because Kieran Gillen's in it. That's the only reason I saw it. So.
Well, I thought it was everyone said it was good. It didn't do the stupid.
No, it wasn't that great, dude. It was pretty shitty.
Okay. No, it was better than most. I thought it was good because it didn't just pepper you with jump scares like most other. It actually relied on atmosphere and everything. It was really well done. Although
I just really like looking at Karen Gillian. That's the only reason I saw it. I'm not gonna.
Oh, you like seeing what?
Did you guys? Apparently, a bunch of people didn't know. Did you know that she was in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh yeah, she's the villain. She cut her hair just to do it.
Yeah.
That was a real shame, unfortunately. But she was great in that.
She was great.
But I love her hair. Oh my god.
Wait, what do you mean by a real shame?
She was even beautiful when she was bald. So yes,
she was.
I agree.
Yeah, I noticed her too. Even though she was blue and everything, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, that's Amelia Pond.
So my wife and I are actually going to be naming our first daughter Amelia from Doctor Who.
Are you serious?
Really?
Dead serious.
How do you know your first kid's going to be a girl, though? What if it's a boy?
If it is a girl, we're naming her Amelia. Let me put it that way. I should have just said I know our first kid's going to be a girl. No, if that's the case, it's going to be Amelia. Not Amelia Pond. That would be ridiculous. But total nerd. I know.
It could be Amelia Pond Conjulier.
That's kind of rings, actually. But it's going to be Amelia. So.
Okay.
Nerd.
Oh, totally. And then we're gonna have Clara and Rose. It's gonna be great.
Why didn't
no boys, except for one who's gonna be named Rory.
Rory, exactly.
Or Jack.
Exactly.
No,
Jack Harkness Conjulier. That's it. If I have a boy, Jack Harkness Conjulier.
Are you sure you don't want to just name him, the Doctor?
No, that would be horrible, actually, Marcel. That would be horrible. Dr. Conjulier. Actually, that's kind of cool, now that I think about it.
No, are you sure your name is spelled correctly? I tried to put it into Google under Steam, and I can't find your name.
Should be. Let me see if I can double check.
I was able to Google now. Because I Googled your name and found your IMDb page.
Well, he's talking about my Steam ID.
Well, what's with that video with the songs?
Here, I'll give you my email.
Marcel, are you HD?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Marcel, that's my email associated with my Steam. I think that'll work.
Let's see. Steam's search for people is terrible. I don't know how they haven't fixed that yet.
It should say Legend X if you add me.
Don't worry.
Oh, no, I think I already did. I already did it you then. I'm pretty sure I already see it.
Let me see.
Are you logged on?
Oh yeah, I have you. You're HD. I see you.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Who's singing? It's Michael. Michael's got a beautiful voice.
I do, thank you.
Sorry, have you ever heard of you ever heard of the band Ben Folds 5?
Nope. Have not.
They do a song. They do a song that's really good. It's called "Draw a Crowd." You should listen to it.
Monica, what are you drinking? It says La Croix, La Rocks.
It's like flavored water. It's basically it's carbonated water with flavoring in it.
Nice.
It's that's all it is. But it
I should
tastes
have a
good.
glass of wine. This is making me think.
What are you muttering about?
Just muttering. Just my creepy mutters that I do when I'm wandering around. I was saying I should have a glass of wine because I'm going to go to bed soonish, and I've been trying to drink more.
Good habits.
But
Good habits.
Well, I heard red wine is good for you, so, you know, I keep it like a bottle a day, like nothing.
That's healthy. God.
Nothing too crazy. Okay, I'm gonna start that off.
On mine and my wife's honeymoon, we had a bottle of wine every night for about 2 weeks. It was pretty terrible.
Whoa.
that's intense.
So
Well, we got
Wait,
Every-
a bottle of wine
married, right?
between a bottle of wine
yeah,
between two
yeah,
people.
I got married
tonight?
back in June.
Congrats. Very late congrats. God almighty.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait, that's not like that much. That's just 2 glasses of wine tonight. A night. That's about average, isn't it? I mean, we're not average. That's about what is recommended.
I mean, really, 2 bottles, two
I was
glasses.
about to say, that's
I
too
guess-
big.
2 bottles. If you were drinking 2 bottles a person, that might change things. But a bottle between 2 people is just 2
I mean,
glasses.
let's never mind what we were doing during the day, which was walking around, going to the local pubs and whatnot. So.
Oh yeah.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
So we were basically drinking like straight for like 10 days. So that
Wow.
was great.
That's what
Good
you're
time. Good
for,
time.
right?
Good times.
Yeah, I
No,
did
but
my
like
first-
mostly what we asked for on our honeymoon was just wine, and we got like 18 bottles of wine, and we didn't even go through half of it
Dang.
during the honeymoon. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had a lot of. I had a lot of margaritas for the first time in a long time when I went on the honeymoon back in June, because it was all tropical stuff, and the problem is the rum was good. They had good rum there, but could not find. There was only 1 or 2 places in the whole hotel that you could get Jack Daniels, and other than that, like everything else had either pineapple or coconut in it, and I hate both.
That reminds me, Michael, I did my first pub crawl. Was it last weekend? It was that good of a
Oh, I
pub
saw
crawl.
that
I
on
don't even
Facebook.
remember. Yeah, I don't even remember. Yeah, that was really cool. That was awesome. It was like 6 hours or something ridiculous.
Nice.
Yeah,
Every time I hear of a pub crawl, I just think of the movie The World's End.
absolutely, absolutely. I saw that movie
That's
before I ever
crazy.
had a pub crawl, so I had to like get myself ready for something like that. It was nothing like the movie. FYI, nothing. No aliens or anything, but it was
That
fun.
movie is so good though. It is one of my favorite movies, I think.
It is. It was a very fun movie. Very weird to see the role reversal of Simon Pegg and Nick, whatever his name is. But
Martin Freeman?
it shows. No. The guy that was in the movie Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Love
I
Shaun of the
remember.
So
Awesome.
Michael needs to do an entire bottle of wine tonight. That's what we decided while he was gone. And
What was that?
Right.
Michael, you got to do an entire bottle of wine tonight. This is what was
You have to-
decided.
I
you
don't
can do
have
it.
an entire bottle. I have a glass.
Me or Peyton.
Is that a Marcel style glass? Because apparently 1 bottle of wine is 2 glasses.
No, 1 bottle of wine is 4 glasses.
Oh,
But
4.
between-
Good lord. That's okay.
But between 2 people, it comes down to 2
Got
glasses.
it. Good point.
Yeah.
That's math. Good job.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
The
Good
more you know.
point.
Well, this is slightly more than a glass, so I think that's enough.
No, that's about a glass, 5 ounces.
I need to go drinking with Marcel. I'm realizing he's good at this.
Have you guys not? I think that there's one thing. Look, I'm bringing in a bunch of presents for people that are on my team at work. It's all alcohol. Every single last gift.
Nice.
I'm giving away 3 6-packs, a bottle of wine, a bottle of Jameson, and to the project manager, a bottle of Fireball whiskey and a bottle of a mini bottle, like one of the smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're about this big. I forget what they're called. And a bottle of the bottle of the Fireball and the bottle of the Bullet Rye. So,
man, I didn't even get presents like that when I worked out at pub.
What kind of wine are you drinking, Michael?
This is a Burgundy Pinot Noir from Trader Joe's, which is unavailable in Canada. So
Nice.
I figure that, I heard Trader Joe's wine place is like reasonable while also being very good.
So wait, you're getting the $2 chuck?
No, I can bring the bottle over. Hold on.
Because I thought that's what they sold. I thought that's what they sold at Trader Joe's was the $2 chuck. It was like $2 bottle of wine.
I'm not a wine guy, but my wife gets a lot of her wine from Trader Joe's, so I guess that's the thing.
It might be depending on the state. I know the Trader Joe's in New Jersey do not carry alcohol. The grocery stores generally can.
Pinot Noir Marlborough 2012 Villa Maria, New Zealand.
Can we see the label?
It'll be backwards, but you may.
No, actually, no.
It's not backwards.
I can see it.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I love New Zealand wines. Just for anyone who's a wine person, I always find them like really amazing in a way that, like, I've never been like a wine snob or anything, but like I can be pretty darn sure if it comes from New Zealand, I'm gonna like it.
My wife worked at a winery, local in Virginia. We have a lot of wineries here and a lot of wine tours and whatnot. So she worked at one, and so she's slowly like curated me into the community. So it's pretty cool.
So what do you like? What do you like as far as wines? Have you gotten far enough to?
Generally, I like sweeter wines and dessert wines, but she's been getting me into reds. So I like Pinot Noirs a lot, mostly.
Well,
I like steel barrels mostly though, because it gives it a chilled taste to it.
Yeah, what does a steel barrel do exactly?
It tastes colder. Like it isn't actually colder, but it tastes colder. If that makes any sense whatsoever. That's the only way I know how to describe it.
Like mint makes your mouth cool, even though I don't think it actually drops the temperature.
Yes, exactly. But not minty at all.
Right. Do you like ice wines?
I've not had an ice wine. I like fruit wines. I'm kind of a
cold tasting wine. An ice wine is just
technically all wines are fruit wines.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but I like my blueberry wines. When we went on our honeymoon in Maine, we had a lot of blueberry wines, which were amazing, and I like apple wines as well.
You would really like ice wine.
I've got a blueberry. I've got a blueberry mead from the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. When I went up there, I bought a case of mead. What I really can't wait to do is go when the first snowstorm comes out. I'm going to be heating up a bottle of that mead and playing Skyrim.
That sounds delicious. That sounds so good.
And because it's going to be awesome because in Skyrim it's snowy and they're drinking lots of mead and I'm going to be drinking lots of mead. My immersion will be complete.
Speaking of Skyrim, have you messed with any of? Are you playing it on PC or on console?
PC. The only games I play on console anymore are Assassin's Creed, essentially.
Okay, yeah, because I modded my Skyrim so that you have to eat and you have to drink and all this other stuff to max up the immersion.
Realistic.
Yes, exactly.
Diseases.
Yes, exactly, and you have to dress for the weather. You have to dress warm.
Frostfall.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what's up, Marcel. You're cool.
Yes,
cool.
I do.
So that's what I did, and yeah, I'm always drinking mead all the time, so it's awesome.
That's what I was doing was when I was involved in the companion quest, I had it so that you had to finish 8 of the quests. I was following an actual routine. I was getting up in the morning, eating breakfast, riding out to do my job, having lunch once I got to the spot, riding home, having dinner, and going to bed, and rinsing and repeating that for like a week on end in the game world. And I'm like, wow, this is interestingly tedious.
Yes.
How is
It
that
is.
a game? That just sounds like...
Well, my job is to go and kill monsters and dudes, so...
That's
so
what my job is.
So the
like.
actual killing monsters, but there's so much build up to it, like it actually feels dangerous is the thing.
Yeah.
Like when I first did like that mod, I was like, oh look, it's a river, I'll just swim across it, no biggie. I swam across it, I died of frostbite, like not like a mile onward. Because I swam in the river and I got wet and I was saturated in the wetness and the blah blah blah, whatever.
That's a mod. That's not part of the original game.
Yeah, that's not part of the original thing. So, because I had played the original thing, it was a very stark contrast between that. And I was like, whoa, I actually have to be concerned with the way I travel.
Did that like emotionally change the game for you? Like,
I haven't played with that mod, but I imagine that would.
It did for me because I was all like, oh, look, it's a river. I have to walk around it. Because, you know, like in Oregon Trails, you're like, oh, it's a river. I'm just going to board the river. But no, in this one, it's like, oh, it's a river. If I cross it, I'm going to die of frostbite because I'm wet. No way to dry my clothes. Unless there's a town right across the street, which I don't know if there is one.
It makes it more realistic because when you're in the game, you can be like wearing cloth, and you're just sitting there swimming among icebergs, and you're absolutely fine. When in real life, if you did this, you'd be dead really quickly.
Yeah.
So, or you'd be debilitated. It's like there's no difference in the vanilla game between swimming in a bunch of icebergs up in the middle of a blizzard and down where it's warmer. And you know everything looks like it would cool you off to go in this river. This experience is the same for the player, unless you download this mod where now you actually can die.
One of the reasons I ask is one of the projects we might be working on at our lab, this is kind of like a side one for fun, is that there's a study out right now that's really being like put out in the...
Is that I can hear you talking about
in the...
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Skyrim.
You were talking about me.
When was I talking about you?
I don't.
I talked about our wedding, our honeymoon. I talked about our honeymoon, and I said
how beautiful she was. We talked about how beautiful she was. That's what you need to tell her. Beautiful. Damn it! I shouldn't have said anything.
Okay, so...
Sorry, Michael. Go ahead.
So there's a study out right now that's kind of been put out a lot because it's sort of related to the Michael Brown shootings. It's where they've taken people and given them a task, like in experimental settings, where they're shown like a black and white people, and they're holding either a cell phone or a gun. Okay? And they're told, like, you're given a choice to either shoot them or to, like, pass. And they found on a lot of trials, like over many different people, that they're more likely to shoot black people that are holding a cell phone than they are white people. Okay? And there's tons of problems with that study in the first place. But like what we were thinking of doing was, like, we have the Oculus, of actually building an Oculus type game. And we're playing right now with mounting eye trackers, so we can actually see where the person is looking. But like one thing that occurred to me is that if you're actually in a police situation where like you have your gun drawn, someone else might have a gun, like the cost of getting something wrong right now under the current experimental model is nothing. Like you just are not as good at the game. But we were thinking of actually, like, I was in favor of electrocuting people. Like, that you actually see if you get it wrong, you get shocked, like, fairly severely. So, like, I think if you amp up that emotional realness, people's ability to discriminate and, like, I think any underlying racist tendencies will probably likely be much stronger if you made the game more realistic and made some sort of cost associated with Like this isn't like this is just totally something on the side we're doing for fun. But like when you're talking about making the game more realistic by making it more heavily like invested in terms of time, it just made me think of that. And if any of you, because you're all gamers, had thoughts about how that could be made a little bit better.
Well, risk, sometimes it's a simplicity that really gets you, but a simplicity with challenges and risks. Look at the original Super Mario Brothers. Look at the idea of the fact that when you hit a block and a mushroom pops out, the mushroom moves in the direction furthest away from you. And what happens is you'll see that start to go towards either an enemy or a cliff, where if you fall off the cliff, you die. And now, in a split second, you have to decide: do I risk going to get the mushroom, or do I just miss the potential of getting that power up that I really need? That very simple interaction can really change the entire dynamic of the game and the experience for the player. So if you do add this idea of people having to understand their risk aversion and weighing costs and benefits of their decisions, that's going to give you a much more realistic interpretation of what everyday life is.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about like the emotional involvement about playing Skyrim on these like hyper-realistic sides of it. Like if you were just sitting
more than its immersion.
Yeah.
What you want to create is a system where people are feeling as though they're in the game. They're actually in the game, not just looking at a screen.
Well, that was largely why we got money to get these Oculus in the first place, under the argument that like better immersion will change things for people in a way that is non-trivial. So we're thinking along these lines, and we have to make it so like anyone we can't have them in the scanner because the scanner will just rip the Oculus apart. But we're trying to get something that would be in about an hour, that's heavily immersive, and we're just interested in that behavior of what you're looking at. What if you see someone who's either holding a gun or holding a cell phone or some other object? And I think there should be some risk associated with it. Maybe some calculation, I guess, is what you're thinking, Marcel.
Yes.
Professor Marcel.
Professor, yes. No, I agree with you completely. It is going to depend. I think are they going to be sitting down in this Oculus environment when
they don't have to be. They could be laying. They could be standing.
How about walking? They have the technology for that to exist, where the Oculus will actually understand your depth within a room. So you could create a room, like a 9x9 room, fill it with objects, and the people could walk around and interact with it as though these were real objects, real people. They could literally punch them if they wanted to. And you could have it actually detect the punch and the person fall over when that happened. And I'm not sure how difficult that technology is, but I do know it exists, and I've seen it work. At least in video format. You don't know how much of that it's bullshit, but it looks
okay. If you have anything that's related to that,
I think I can find it.
Facebook it to me or email it to me. Any of those would be fantastic.
Sorry, I love that I was able to transform myself into a pirate all of a sudden.
On that
Monica's the one
note,
that
I need to leave for the evening, so you guys have a wonderful night. I actually have to leave. I'm going to go trim my mustache. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys on the Scratchpad. By the way, I am also going to create a Hangout also in early January so that we can do this again more often. So, and I will have shaved by then, by the way. So you guys have a good night. It was great talking to you. I'm glad I learned that people here like Final Fantasy VIII, dislike Lord of the Rings, the book, and now you know that I no longer like Game of Thrones. So we're all ready to die. So
I do love your mustache, though. Very stylish.
It's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Final Judgment. That's one of the sins God's going to read out to you, is that you didn't like Game of Thrones. It's going to be
Shut the fuck up, Noah. You don't like Lord of the Rings.
Wow. I've learned also that Michael is very direct tonight. That is the other thing I've learned. And he dislikes Indiana Jones, which is blasphemy also. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful night.
Just the third and fourth movie. Just the third and fourth movie.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, y'all have a good night, and I will see you guys on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip-de-flip.
Right.
Hey, speaking of flip side, I just saw the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Best segue ever.
I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Okay. Honest question. How was it?
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I actually it has problems, okay? No doubt denying that. The Shredder design is stupid. It's so Michael Bay. I know he's not the director, but the Shredder design is such a Michael Bay design. But I liked the way the Turtles were done. I mean, though I'm not sure why they decided to make them really big, but, I mean... Yeah, I mean, so it was decent, I thought. It was better than I thought it was going to be, and I wasn't bored while watching it, and it didn't make me angry. So, yeah.
Not as good as the original.
No, the original live-action movie, no, that one was better.
Did you know that was actually an independent movie?
Yes, yeah, I did. Uh-huh.
That blew. I just found that out like a few days ago. That blew my mind. Like
I know, because nobody wanted to make it, even though the cartoon and everything was so popular. No studio wanted to do it for some reason, which is
that was a lightning in a bottle type of movie.
I also liked this.
Oh no!
Go ahead.
It was just something that was able to capture the moment as well. Oh man, I didn't get the pirate hat.
It had fucking copying me, dude.
It had arcades. It had skateboarding. It had, it really was able to capture the generation of youth at the time. So watching the movie now is like looking at a time capsule of '90s culture.
Just like how the Super Mario Brothers movie is a time capsule of the '90s.
No, oh god.
Those movies are so good.
Okay, I actually like
so
that
good.
movie. I like it.
So
I mean,
good.
it's not a great movie, but I like it. But I also like the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live-action movie. I mean, it wasn't as good as the first, and it's definitely more goofy and everything, but I still enjoyed it. The third one, though, sucked. Hated the third one.
Agreed. Third one was bad.
Yeah, third one was terrible. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to kill myself.
That's the one where they went back to Japan.
Yeah. That's the
Oh,
one where they
God.
went back to Japan. And it had such great lines as, "What were you expecting, the Addams Family?" or "Hell, I'm a turtle and I can't get up." Classic lines.
I don't know.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, the Turtles went so downhill. Like they were such sellouts by the end of it.
I'll be honest here. I think I enjoyed Batman and Robin more than I did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's actually fair.
But
You know, Batman and Robin, it's a bad movie, but I honestly enjoy it. I mean, I know it's terrible, but it's just...
But it was enjoyable in a camp fashion. The Teenage Mutant is not even enjoyable in that way.
The third turtle.
Guys, I gotta get going. Monica, thank you for inviting me. I'll talk to you guys later.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
I should actually probably be going to. I told myself I'd stay till 10, and it's like 11:30.
Oh,
See,
you're
we
on the same.
can just make you stay because we're awesome.
You're in the
Well,
same
okay,
time.
I'll give you guys 12 more minutes till it's actually 11:30.
Oh, you're an hour behind me. Never mind.
Okay. Anyway, keep going. So, Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah. Like I say, like Batman and Robin, it has entertainment value for me, but the third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie just makes me want to kill myself. So, yeah.
And
But also, like I said, Super Mario Brothers movie. I know a lot of people hated that movie, and it's not a great movie, but I kind of enjoy it. I mean, it's entertaining. I mean, like, it's not like the games, but then again, realistically, I don't know how you could make a faithful Mario game into a movie, because there's really not much story in those games. So, from what they did, I thought they got very creative, and so I liked it.
I like the Mario Bros. Movies.
Like, I think there was a lot of different directions to go with that. And I think they went one that literally no one could possibly like. Like, it was, like, let's be honest, making it that realistic, as if, like, King Koopa's world was some sort of, like, Terry Gilliam dystopia was a really weird move.
Well, what else would you do, though? I mean,
It's weird, but like it's so creatively weird, like that I love it. Oh, I don't love the movie, but like I like the creativity in it and everything. And I mean, honestly, though, it really does kind of feel more like another movie with Mario being slapped on it. You know, like I mean, because honestly, if you took out the Mario name, you would probably not make any connections. All you just remove the mom and
Who's
change
drawing
the
on
name.
me?
What?
Who's drawing on me?
Oh,
Yeah, I thought so.
oh, you can draw on people?
Oh,
That's fun.
Yeah, if you open the Draw app.
Oh, and by the way, don't we all get a kick out of Academy Award-winning actor Dennis Hopper saying lines like "monkey" or
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's even that clip Nostalgia Critic did in his review where it just plays back and forth the monkey papa, monkey papa. And while that's happening, the words flash on the screen, Academy Award-winning actor. Oh boy. Such an entertaining movie. Yeah, apparently it came out like 2 weeks before Jurassic Park did, because they, which explains the dinosaur craze in that movie. But yeah, I guess what?
No, nothing. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
laughing.
because apparently once Jurassic Park hit, I guess everybody forgot about the Super Mario Brothers movie. So, like James Rolfe said, the name really was what preserved the movie.
Monica, are you making me into a panda?
Yes. Or a cat.
Surprise, man.
Alright, I'm just gonna take it.
Okay.
Take it like a man.
Yeah,
Take it
those
like
are
a
my panda
panda.
ears coming in.
That's cool. I did not know there was a drawing feature on this thing. That's really interesting.
Scratchpad will never be the same.
It's gonna be hard to like draw around your eyes.
That's why you gotta be still. Just pretend it's the scene from Titanic, where they're drawing. Okay, God, I just put... Okay, that put a really bad image in my head. I'm gonna not think about that now.
Keep thinking about it.
Of course Dan comes in now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hi, Dan.
Hello, how are you doing?
We're good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. My wife just had her 29th birthday again today, and it went really well. The kids did an amazing job, and we had a great day, and I'm in a very good mood. So let's not talk about philosophy.
We can talk about video games and the movies.
Philosophy tonight, actually.
So Dan, odd fact, Cody didn't like the Lord of the Rings books.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
didn't like the books?
He didn't
No,
like
I
the
tried.
books. He liked the
tried.
movies more than the books. Can you believe
Okay,
it?
can we remove Cody from the Google Hangout?
I tried, man. I tried so hard to like those books because I love the movies and I love the story and the world of the Lord of the Rings. But I totally
You say
tried it.
that, but I don't know how you could like
See,
the
this is
movies
why
more than
I sympathize with Noah. Noah said he felt like something was wrong with him when he didn't like Breaking Bad. Well, that's how I felt about the Lord of the Rings books because everybody
Okay,
praises
Cody, can you see this? Can you see this?
I can't because I had to turn the video things
Okay,
off. So
I'm holding up my 4-pound hammer of Thor right now, and it's got your name on it.
Oh boy. I'll
That's
just
not to me only.
Well, I don't think it's gonna work because I've got an adamantium. My skeleton is laced with adamantium, so I mean, even the hammer of Thor can't break adamantium because that's what Captain America's shield. is made of.
Yeah, I'm figuring you're almost right. I think you are laced with something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
We're all-
Cody. I have to keep bringing that up.
Fine. We were also, but before you came in, Dan, we were also talking about such classic movies as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 and Batman and Robin. Classics that will be remembered for years and decades to come.
And
No,
Super Mario Bros.
Yes, and
Actually, the George Clooney Batman, I really enjoyed one scene out of that in particular. I thought it was brilliant.
which one seems it?
When George Clooney's Batman looks in on the ailing Alfred in his room, and he's remembering all the times that Alfred was there for him as a child growing up and as a young adult. And George Clooney looks into the room, looks at Alfred, and he says, "I love you, old man."
Oh, yeah.
That broke my heart. For me, that was the entire movie right there. The relationship between Alfred and Bruce Wayne, it was brilliant.
Well, that might have emotionally affected me if the rest of the movie wasn't so horrible.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Tim Burton should never touch Batman.
Joel Schumacher. Joel Schumacher did that movie.
I like the other movies. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I like the other. The
I'll say
first
this.
two movies were good. The third one was okay with the Riddler, but
Okay.
the fourth one I didn't like.
You're going to think I'm crazy, but I thought Batman Forever was better than Batman Returns. Yeah, that's right. I enjoyed it.
I agree.
I disagree
agree.
totally. Like, how can
Batman.
you say that? Batman Returns was so dark and so fucking, like...
It was a good movie, yeah.
Oh wait. Was Batman Forever the one with the Riddler?
Yeah.
Yes.
Never mind. Sorry.
I thought that... I figured it had to be something...
I mean, I'm sure nostalgia might play a role in this because I grew up watching Batman Forever a lot, but my favorite Batman movie, my favorite theatrically released Batman movie of all time, though, is Batman Mask of Phantasm. That's the best theatrically released Batman movie ever.
You know what, Cody?
That
I
was
would
a
agree with you. That is one of the best animated Batmans I've ever seen. It was brilliant. I've got the action figures for that movie.
For me, frankly, I'll talk about what's your favorite Batman. You know, let's say Adam West or Michael Keaton. No, Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy is the best Batman, and Mark Hamill is the best Joker ever.
I would agree.
Totally. No argument here.
That was really shocking to me when I eventually found out later in my life.
Oh, that's such a good reveal. Like, there are few movies for kids that expect so much out of you. Like, to follow something like that, and it's not... it doesn't hold your hand through that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I found Mask of the Phantasm to be so dark and tragic, and it really hit home with me. The last scene when she's on the passenger line or whatever, and a drunk guy's coming on to her, and he says, "Oh, do you want to be alone?" And the last line is, "I am alone."
Yeah.
Oh man, cut me.
That movie also has one of my favorite film scores ever. Shirley Walker, Shirley Walker who did the score, she conducted the score for the first Batman movie. I mean, Danny Elfman wrote the score for that movie, but she conducted it, and then she wrote the score for the Batman animated series and Mask of Phantasm. It's one of my favorite film scores ever, especially that opening titles music. Really good. Which, by the way, fun fact here. You know, the opening titles music, it's this choir and everything. What they're saying all the producers' names backwards.
Oh, no way.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, seriously. Like Bruce Timm and Paul Dini and all those other guys, like they're saying a lot of their names backwards. So, yeah, fun facts that you learn every day.
Okay, you might know this. Who wrote Mask of the Phantasm? Was that a Paul Dini?
That was Paul Dini and hold on, I'm gonna look up it was more than one writer. Paul Dini was one of them, I think. Okay.
Because he was the best writer on that show. He did a lot of really fantastic episodes of the animated series.
Yeah, come on. As soon as my computer loads here, it'll pull this up here. It says the director. It was directed, though, by Bruce Timm and Eric Radomski. The writers were... Okay, come on. Come on, computer.
Feed it more coal.
Or I guess I need something strong and coal. I need those things Doc Brown used to power this engine for Back to the Future 3. That should help me.
Make it burn hotter and longer.
Question: has anyone seen Michael Keaton's Birdman?
No, I wanted to see that though. Is it good? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but it looks to me like a kind of a parody on Michael Keaton as Batman and what happened afterwards in his career.
Totally.
And that's something that I'd really be interested in seeing.
Okay. Here's the writers for Batman Mask of Phantasm. It says story by Alan Burnett, and then screenplay by Alan Burnett, Paul Dini, Martin Pascoe, and Michael Reeves. So those are the writers for Mask of Phantasm.
Nice.
Apparently, it was also not originally supposed to have a theatrical release. It was originally going to be like a TV movie, but sort of in the last minute during post-production, they all decided, Warner Brothers, whatever, all decided, no, this would actually be made into a movie. And so, I think it was because it was a last-minute decision. They just didn't have a lot of time, money to advertise the movie. Hence why it did so poorly at the box office. It didn't even make back its budget until the video sales, which is such a shame. So, I wish I could have seen it in theaters, but no, I didn't even know it was playing. Apparently, though, Scott Clifton saw it in theaters.
Sorry?
Scott Clifton, he saw Batman Mask of Phantasm. He told me they saw Batman Mask of Phantasm in theaters when it came out. Lucky dog.
I think I saw it on video, but I remember seeing it for the first time in my basement with my brothers. And yeah, that was...
Most people saw it on video. So.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I remember it came out on video too. They had like a big stack of all VHS copies. I feel old now. VHS was a thing. I was around. VHS was a thing.
You're old, dude.
I know they have all the VHS copies at Walmart and everything. I remember getting it, and I still have that VHS copy. I watched it so many times because I loved it. And Batman Forever were for a lot of the '90s were the Batman movies I watched the most. So. As a kid, I did not like Batman for Returns as a kid. That movie was so dark. Especially the scene where Penguin bites the guy's nose and blood. As a kid, that scarred me. Ooh, this is what I want to see in a Batman movie. What's this?
The Penguin was so good in that movie.
Oh yeah, he was, man. Danny did it.
Yeah, such a good, tragic, dark figure.
Even as a kid, I felt so sorry for him, man. Especially the end when he dies and the penguins move his body into the water and everything. That just was really sad to me. I didn't know he was evil, but
Has anybody seen the movie Super?
No.
I have not. I thought
it has whoever played Dwight from The Office played the main character in Super, and it is a super weird, interesting movie. It's basically about a guy who thinks he's a superhero because he thinks he hears the voice of God, and he judges people with a monkey wrench. It's basically the whole premise of the movie can be summed up in this one scene where he's in line and someone cuts in line in front of him. And he's like, "No, you can't do that." And he's like, "What? No one's watching me. I can do that." So he goes to his car, changes into a superhero costume, comes out with his monkey wrench, bam! Bangs him on the head. It's like, "You can't cut in line. You can't molest little boys. It goes against the rules."
Was that I think my brother saw that and he was telling me about it. Is it super violent?
Yes.
Violent?
It was surprisingly pretty violent. And it was pretty gruesome, but it was a really, really good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Rainn Wilson. I think I'd like to see him do more stuff.
Yeah. So
he
you
was
should watch it.
Perfect White, but yeah.
I think it's still on Netflix. That's where I watched it.
Good old Netflix.
Have any of you seen Marco Polo yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Go right now and start watching it.
Marco.
It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix series.
Well, even if it wasn't on Netflix, I have other ways of acquiring movies, so it's all good. course, I just
it's a series. It's not a movie.
Oh, okay. Well, still, I can still acquire it other ways, but
Is the like 30 cents that Netflix requires too much?
No. Like, I always go to Netflix if I want to watch a movie or something, and I go to Netflix Instant, and if it's not there, then I just use other means to watch the movie.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. Of course, whenever I do that, I feel like most of the movies it seems are not on Netflix. Every time I do, I always just want to do the Yoda thing where I go, that is why you fail. It's like, hey, on Netflix. They put Cabin in the Woods off. I was watching it, they had Cabin in the Woods on there for a while, and then I was finally about to watch it, and I think they took it off like the day before I watched it, because the day before I saw it was on there, the next day I go to watch it, gone. What?
That's brutal. Cabin in the Woods was a really cool movie.
Well, yeah, Joss Whedon, man. Of course it's gonna be cool.
I actually don't really like Joss Whedon.
Well, you like this. You like something by him.
Yeah. Like, I think it was a cool idea. I just never got into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that's apparently his big thing.
Firefly is also a big thing. I mean, on 14 episodes, it's got a huge cult following. So
I saw the movie for Firefly.
Serenity.
Yeah, and like the movie was so terrible.
What?
Like.
Oh, okay. Well.
Like, I mean, because nothing mattered to me. Like, I didn't give a shit who any of these people were. Like, it was a movie for people who watched the show.
Yeah, Michael, I agree with you. Without being aware or familiar with the show, the movie would not make much sense. And when the film was being advertised, I told a friend at work that I was going to see this, and she said, No. I have the boxed set, the entire show. You've got to watch this first. I got through 2 episodes and returned the boxed DVDs to my friend and said, I just bought it.
Okay.
And at first she goes, what, you don't like it? I go, no, I bought it. I watched the entire series, binged on it, and then saw the film, and it really did tie up all the loose ends. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's post-Civil War. It's just brilliant.
I've actually known people who actually saw the movie first and really liked it, got into the show, but I saw the show before I saw the movie, but yeah, I can't agree. I mean, it's probably not. I can't imagine it would be as enjoyable if you haven't seen the show. So I guess to a certain extent, I agree.
I think that kind of ruined things for me. It made me less interested to see the show, and I was like, I don't know. So maybe I should just go see the show.
Yes.
And then see the movie. This was years ago too. Like, this was when the movie first came out.
The show is on Netflix.
Yes.
Awesome.
The show is on Netflix. Yeah.
Well, if it's on Netflix, then I'm there, man.
Yeah, man, go get it. Go see it. The movie. I don't think Serenity's on Netflix anymore, though. It was for a long time. I think they recently.
Serenity isn't, but I know the show is.
Yeah, you're right. The show's still on.
Did Netflix sign to try to continue Firefly, or was that a rumor?
No, it never happened. Seriously, stop getting my hopes up, man. Like, the show, I don't think the show's ever coming back. As much as we'd all love it too, it's done.
Continuing Firefly is kind of like continuing Freaks and Geeks. It's kind of good in theory, but like continuing it is just would completely ruin its legacy.
I mean, like.
Yeah, I almost feel like the show was canceled because it wasn't doing well.
Well, yeah. Why wasn't it doing well? Because Fox screwed it over. That's why.
They were airing episodes out of order and stuff like that.
And Fox has a history of doing that, like with Futurama and Family Guy, like shows that have constantly come back to do well in other areas, like. So, Fox Network aside, it just seems like, I don't know, that part of the reason I think it's so popular is, like, again, I haven't seen the show, but it seems to me, like, part of the reason might be because it was canceled so prematurely.
No, I would disagree, but, you know.
Okay, well, like, that's not an educated opinion. Okay, fine. Okay, it's actually 20 to 12. That's way longer than I said I'd stay. I think I got a headache, guys.
That's not 2012. 2012 was a terrible movie, Michael.
2012.
Yeah,
I ironically watched the movie 2012 on New Year's Eve, 2013. And it was just
Jehovah's Witness film.
What?
No.
No, it was just a bad movie.
No, I'm referring to their failed prophecy record. Sometimes in a century, that's the charm.
Well,
yeah,
this time it was the
2012 as a
Aztecs.
movie was like uniquely terrible. Like every conceivable aspect of the film. Like the characters were bad, the writing was bad, the ideas were bad, the effects were bad, the score was bad. Even little things like I'm sure there was like stuff offset that was done improperly. Like the key grip was like late.
Apparently the catering was magnificent.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like the key grip like didn't bring sandwiches on time and stuff like.
Those ham sandwiches were delicious.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was so shitty.
But before I go, though, I just want to ask you, okay, who is better if you had to pick, Roland Emmerich or Michael Bay?
What has Olin Emmerich done? I'm not.
Roland Emmerich, he did like Godzilla, Independence Day, 2012.
Him, definitely him. Independence Day was a good movie.
Yeah.
And also did Stargate, the original, which was not a movie.
I liked it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I liked it.
The question was who was worse?
Who's better, Roland Emmerich or Michael Bay?
It's not Michael Bay.
No, yeah, but with Michael Bay, everything.
All those movies you mentioned, Cody, I thought were good.
You liked 2012 and 10,000 BC?
Okay, no, not those two. The other movies you mentioned.
They're basically the same.
Independence Day, I liked what you said, and the Stargate movie, I liked.
Well, I liked Independence Day when I was like 10 when I saw it in theaters. And I think that's like the crowd they're playing to. Like, I have no idea what I would have thought of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That wasn't a Michael Bay movie though. That he just produced.
Like the best way I can sum up Michael Bay is I saw this was back in Toronto. One of the subway stations was done up for the most recent Transformer movie. And it had like this huge mural of Optimus Prime riding a robot Tyrannosaurus. Mm-hmm. And I just saw people like walking by this and bursting out laughing. Like, it was just like so way the fuck over the top. It was like I thought the thought literally occurred to me that Michael Bay was like a super hipster and he was just doing all of this to be like crazy ironic.
Come on, guys, who could forget Michael Bay's masterpiece, Pearl Harbor, man? Wasn't that just such an emotionally breathtaking movie?
I didn't know America won the Battle of Pearl Harbor until I saw that movie.
Did you know that right after Pearl Harbor, we had a cliched speech. We did the cliched speech about the general officer saying, all men who want to go for this dangerous mission, step forward, and then we counterattacked in China or something like that.
No, they firebombed. Like here's how fucked up it is. Like, sorry, I just gotta say, like, it is downright offensive how Michael Bay like mistreated that chapter of history. Because hospitals the Japanese did not bomb hospitals.
True.
Or shoot at civilians. They bombed military targets and like kicked the shit out of the United States. The U.S. responded by attacking civilians and firebombing Tokyo. Like, And sorry, who's the good guy here? Like, because like that's a huge moral gray area. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, apparently Dan Aykroyd was the one who predicted Pearl Harbor would bomb. Don't you know that from the movie? That's a fact we all learned.
well, he was Canadian, so like, the one Canadian guy is like, hey, like, do all the smart stuff. Like, pretty much the rest of history.
I always felt basically Pearl Harbor, I think, was Michael Bay's attempt to try and do Titanic, except he's not James Cameron, hence he failed miserably at it. I mean, God, they even did the flying scene, except it was in an airplane, and it was stupid. And God, this movie was so boring.
I now know why I hated that movie when I watched that when I was younger. It was directed by Michael Bay. That's why I hated it.
Yeah, that's why we all hated it, man.
I never knew that until now. Thank you, Cody.
Has anyone seen?
Watch the Nostalgia Critic review of Pearl Harbor. He does the review, but then throughout the review he does this skit where he's playing Michael Bay, and he's like satirizing what Michael Bay was probably thinking while he was making the movie. Like they showed like Michael Bay's backstory and everything. Apparently Michael Bay's a porn director in this skit, and he talks about he's trying to do a masterpiece. And it's really funny stuff. And
I love Nostalgia Critic. He is consistently both insightful and hilarious.
I love Michael Bay.
Have any of you seen the 9/11 movie by Oliver Stone?
The Flight 93, United 93, I think it's called.
I forget what it's called. There was
that's the one about the plane, right? That crashed in the Pennsylvania field, right?
There was one. I thought there was one just called 9/11 by Oliver Stone.
I thought Oliver Stone did the one about. I know I saw this one about. It was the movie version of that other plane that was hijacked that didn't reach its target because the passengers overtook it and it crashed in Pennsylvania. Like, is that the movie you're talking about?
Wikipedia, what I'm talking about.
Sure. I will do that. I will do that here. Okay. What was the director's name again?
Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone. Okay.
Oh, it's called World Trade Center. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that movie. I saw it in theaters when it came out.
So, what was that like? Because I didn't see that.
I liked it.
Was it like a truther movie? Because Oliver Stone's.
Oh,
like
no. No, it didn't go into 9/11 being a conspiracy. It was basically like the 9/11 from the point of view of the civilians and like some of the firemen. Like, cause Nicolas Cage is in the movie and he doesn't overact, if you can believe that. But
Nicolas Cage, that he normally underacts by not.
Yeah, in this one he kind of does. And he plays like a fireman. Like, he plays one of the firemen that got trapped in the building when it collapsed and how they're stuck under the rubble, and then there's a few other characters you follow. So basically it's like 9/11 and the aftermath, like from the point of view of a lot of the civilians. And so it's like you don't actually see the towers hit the Trade Center. You see the shadow fly over and you hear the boom and everything, and like I thought it was pretty good. So actually, I got kudos for the director actually using handheld camera in the proper way. So many directors misuse handheld camera. So.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I should actually check that out.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. So I must go now because it's late. So.
I should probably go too. And I'm sorry, I'm running this Hangout. So if I go, everyone.
Yeah, I think it's that time.
If I go, you go with me.
Yes, exactly.
I'm taking you down.
The Hangout would actually still go on even if Monica left, but yeah, I gotta get to bed too. So.
Okay. See y'all later then.
I'm gonna sit here all by myself because this may be the only time I can have a debate with myself and win.
Okay.
You could be a master debater for yourself.
No, I don't do that anymore. I just can't do it anymore.
There's a pill for that.
I apologize. I couldn't resist that. I could not resist.
I'm just not very handy anymore.
I see what you did there. Okay.
Sorry, Monica.
Okay, all right, well, take care, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.